give $1,000,000 just to go to grab me by the collar and I'll come build us, build us. I'm not trying to be your part-time lover. Sign me up for the full-time, I'm yours. So what a man gotta do, what a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta say, what a man gotta pray to be your last good night and your first good day. So what a man gotta do, what a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta do, what a man gotta prove to be totally locked up by you? So tell me what a man gotta do.
This light is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, burn me out, leave me here to waste. I want to lose a man with an alien grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. Oh please, wait. Could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. You wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me go slowly. Let me down, 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 let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, if you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. You wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Cold skin, dry my feet on the tile. As I'm walking down the corridor, and I know we haven't talked in a while. So I'm looking for an open door. Don't cut me down, burn me out, leave me here to waste. I want to lose a man with an alien race. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. Oh please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. You wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, let me down, let me down, let me down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave, then baby, let me down slowly. Could you find a
And I want my kisses back from you. I'm taking all my kisses back from you. And every breath you held on to, I'm taking all my kisses back from you. Give me the hellos and goodbyes, and pack up every morning and goodnight. I want the sunrises and moons. I'm taking all my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. So this is what goodbyes are said for, but I don't even know you no more. Well, you crawl on your begging knees. Oh, don't hate me, please. You want me to forget you, as easy as these lips impress you. And undress what you said was mine. No more lying, now I want my kisses back from you. I'm taking all my kisses back from you. And every breath you held on to, I'm taking all my kisses back from you. Give me the hellos and goodbyes, and back up every morning and goodnight. I want the sunrises and moons. I'm taking all my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you. I want my kisses back. I want my kisses back from you.
Races into one on the first corner also.
Welcome back everybody to Watkins Glen. We are here for round 4 of Motor Racing's GT5 Championship. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic race here today at the Mecca of North American road racing. Watkins Glen first hosted the Formula 1 back in the 1960s, was the regular host of the US Grand Prix for many years, and still used today for NASCAR and IndyCar events over in the US. It's one of the most famous landmarks of road racing in America, and I'm delighted to be joined here by Seb this evening. Seb, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really great, Andy. Thanks for having me here once again.
Absolute pleasure.
Watkins Glen, obviously one of the most known circuits, not only in the US but also around the world. I mean, it's one hell of a circuit all the time when we look at it. Not only in real life, but also always in motive racing. There's always something very interesting happening. Especially with now people like the Only G coming in, obviously, who's one of who's one of our drivers that's been there since the beginning. Also, one of the people who helped make motive racing the way that it is. And yeah, I mean, Watkins Glen, obviously a circuit who that has a lot of corners, especially for being an American track. But
True.
I'm interested because a lot of people also want to see the lap record. We unfortunately couldn't get that to you this time, considering that the info is already made. But for next track, we'll definitely keep that into account, and we'll have for you the lap record that's ever been made.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that for you next time around. But without the lap records in place, there's no real expectation or precedent being set here. These guys are free to express themselves and do the best that they can. Who knows? We might find out after the race that one of these guys has set the lap record for a GT5 Genetica. So it might be a nice surprise by the end of it, Seb. You never know. Just a weird way of looking at it there. Sorry, that's quite a unique, weird way of looking at it, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah, I mean, the Only G is definitely. I don't know what we can expect here, from the Tier 2 race. It usually surprises me. We usually always have the Tier 2 race, which is a little bit cleaner than the Tier 1 race for whatever reason. But yeah, the GT5 is always an interesting prospect for everybody. And I think we see a lot of people with a lot of potential here tonight, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got guys like Deck Paint out there on the track who really impressed on Monday evening in Tier 3 for our GTEs, and he's been showing a lot of potential in the last few days. Guys like the Only G who've been running up high in this championship. One guy who's got a point to prove this week is Seba Stefano. Last week at Sugo, he had an absolute mare. Ended up finishing, I think, 5th or 6th, wasn't it, Seb? But he was about half a lap down on the leaders in that race. And we're not really used to seeing him in that sort of position. So once again, as I say, he'll definitely be looking to prove a point to his fans and to his critics this time around here at Watkins Glen. And currently showing it, he's got a gap at the front of over a second here to his nearest rival. Currently provisional pole position, so it's going well so far for Seba Stefano. Let's hope he can keep this sort of form up here over the course of this event.
Yeah, Seba Stefano is very interesting. You normally don't see the Argentinians, battle it out that far back into the grid, and I say far because usually that is very far for both Sebas and Ayrton Stefano to be at the back of that. Usually you see them always being in P1 or in P2, but yeah, in last race it didn't really hold up. So I think honestly, between you and me, Andy, I think they had a bad day, and they'll come off stronger than ever in the next race.
That is the hope, and obviously we'll find out as the race goes on. If we see somebody who's dropped out of the race there, very unfortunate to see. Hopefully they can get back in time before the race actually gets underway. But yeah, it's about how you bounce back from defeat, isn't it? And the best always come back stronger because they learn from their mistakes, and it refines the weaknesses that have always been there but have maybe just not really shown themselves. So hopefully he's learned from that and he can come on stronger.
Yeah, I mean, one can only hope, but we'll see what... I mean, because as you can see, I mean, Sebas and Ayrton, the Argentinian family, they're amazing when it comes to victory, but also, they're great on the feet. So, there is something honorable about these guys because they they know that they cannot win every race, but they stay humble and they continue with every race that they can, and yeah, I can't wait to see how they're going to perform today, especially considering that Sebas is setting another pole here, 119.1, which is 3.5 tenths quicker than the second place.
Yeah, it's a very strong lap time there, but as we can see, the rest of the pack now starting to respond and get a little bit closer as this session goes on. He did with his first lap was a second clear of the rest of the pack. So hopefully these guys can give him a fight and provide a bit of a challenge here in this race. We get to find out. But Kurt Hodgson's done a nice lap there. He's within 0.3 of a second now, as you say. Aries has done a lap to go third, and he's done a 0.6 of a second off of him. So it's quite a tight field here, and anything can happen. The only G 120.3 looks like he's just coming into the second to last corner now. Not too much curve on the exit, just keeping it nice and tidy here as he comes through. And out of the last corner now, he wants to get the best possible run here as he comes up towards the line. The only G, currently P4 in this session, and he stays in P4 for the time being, but it's a slight improvement on lap time. Deck paint goes to P5 in the background with a 120.3, 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, definitely. In the meantime, sorry, I'm testing out some things. Can you say something again here, Andy, just for me, just to see if, just say test. Seb is a better commentator than me or something like that.
Test. Seb's not a very good commentator. He's actually worse than me.
All right. Well, off to the other league. I go. I hope you enjoy it. Andy will continue with the
great
PS.
stream.
Yeah,
great stream.
Yeah, I
Great
was
stream.
hoping for. To say that. If not, it would have been PlayStation streaming for you, Andy. But yeah, I mean, Bowie, we're looking at him as well. He is fourth in the meantime, our Flying Dutchman. How do you see Bowie in comparison to our other Dutchman? Ukbar, how do you see? Because obviously they must have some kind of friendly rivalry between them. I wouldn't say that they're arch rivals, obviously, but knowing that you have someone who is from the same country than you know, that's always the guy that you kind of want to beat in a sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you always want to be the best of your country and be the one that's representing your flag, more better than anybody else. And it can be demeaning if you're wanting to reach the top and you can't be the best from where you're from. Because if you can't be the best where you're from, then you can't be the best of everybody, can you? You've got to be the best of where you're from before you become the best of everybody. So, in a sense, I can understand why you always want to beat your compatriots. And but currently, Ugbar racing in Tier 1 for the GT5 championships. So no direct competition there. The pressure is off both of these guys in a sense. But Bowie looks like he's coming up towards the line, and he's got somebody right up behind him here as he comes over the line.
P2.
Bowie goes second.
Great.
Fantastic. Yeah, great lap there from Bowie as he had to pick off some traffic. So they would have been a little bit compromised on that lap. He will be looking to go even quicker here in the final part of this session. We've got less than a minute left to go in qualifying here for Tier 2 for Motive Racing's GT5 Championship. Guys, if you like what you see, then be sure to hit that sub, like, and bell button on YouTube and twitch.tv/Motive Racing. And be sure to join us on Discord to get involved in our leagues, the most authentic sim racing experience that you will ever see on PlayStation 4. Be sure to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, Bowie is doing an incredible job. He's the only one that can still change his time. Him and the only G who can maybe get in between him and Kurt, or even him and Sebastian Stefano. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what will happen here. It's a shame that, well, Sebas is out to do, but I don't get why he's out in the pits. It's not as if he can make a new lap time. And I think Kurt also realizes that. So we'll see what will happen. I mean, Bowie over there with the only G. Let's see what Bowie is going to do. Is he going to make a better lap? He wasn't really held up in my opinion. I think, if anything, it gave him a little bit of a boost. He's going wide here, however. Almost clips the grass. And he remains to the old lap time. Doesn't even make it any better. But I don't think that's really needed here. He has a 119 and a half of a second. I think that'll do great. I mean, you see here the top 6 are down to 119s, and the rest is doing a 120 up to 126. I wonder where his father is though. Sorry, no, not his father. His son, Ayrton Stefano, is he? I don't think he's driving today.
No, Ayrton Stefano races on Monday in the GTE Championships, but we haven't seen him make his debut in the GT5 just yet. Maybe he's more of a fan of the faster, higher downforce cars and doesn't really enjoy these GT5s, which are a bit of a handful to rag around. But once you get the hang of them, they are a joy to drive. But Sebas here representing the Stefanos alone here as he comes over the line. And it's not an improvement, but it's still pole position here for Sebas. It looks like Deck Paint went second at the very end of the session there. Nice tap there from him, puts it on the front row. So hopefully he'll be looking to have a better outing this week than he did at Sugo last week. Bowie lining up on the second row alongside Kurt Hodgson. Then we've got the Only G, Aries Umbra, Pro Furby in 7th with TTV. iMango, Smoky Devil completes the top 10. We're almost about to get going here. Just need to very quickly pop off. Back in a moment, boys.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're looking at Sebastefano, who is there in first place. We see everybody lined up for the T2 race, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible stuff what is happening so far. It's interesting. We've raced with these already in the GTEs, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're back for the GT5s. So I don't know which one will perform better, especially under this, but only one way to find out. But yeah, Sebastefano, obviously our Argentinian, wants to make sure he leaves a good impression for him and his family. He has done so already back in Spa. He has done so with the help of his father, but can he do it alone? That is the big question. Now that he doesn't have his father there in GT5s, it will be interesting. I mean, so far so good for him, but I don't know if he'll maintain it for the whole race. Obviously, he doesn't have his dad, who will try to defend him and make everybody kind of slow down behind him, like he did in Spa. As you see there, Deck Paints, our man, one of our men from the UK, who is now in second. I wonder, he just managed to get in front of Bowie, who is now in third, our Flying Dutchman, and Kurt in fourth. And we see
here we go.
The lights can go out any minute now.
And this is it. So of Motor Racing's GT5 Championship Tier 2 about to get going. When these lights go, it will be underway. It looks like that's a good start there on the left from Sebastefano. Great getaway. Deck Paint likewise from the second place. And it looks like we've got side by side there in the background. Kurt Hodgson has got past Bowie already into turn 1, sir. Great stuff there from Kurt Hodgson. Absolutely got it hooked up. And you can see Aries trying to defend there from the NEG. He looks, look up the inside. Thought better of that one though. TTV tucks in behind these guys. We got Pro Spubby behind those guys. Then James, iMango, Smoky Devil. Pro, looks like we've got Pro Jaxie, Pro Fubby's teammate there in 12th place, right behind them. Looks like Evan and here we go. Look, we've got a little bit of battle there. Looks like Ali was having a look there at Evan coming through the S's, but it looks like Sebastefano has got the lead coming towards the chicane.
Yeah, really good stuff from Sebas. Like I say, he can maintain. He is really gonna make a name for himself if he can make sure he can do this without the help of his dad. As we see Deck Paint losing, well, he's gaining a bit of time on Sebas, but not enough so far. Sebas really holding that position quite well. As we also know that here, the Tier 2 race obviously are a little bit shorter. But yeah, we see there a big battle, 2 wide going there for P5 and P6. I think that is the Only G and Arius, and the Only G actually making the move on Arius over there. As you see, Arius also losing quite a lot of time behind him. Let's see, that is TTV at the moment, I think. As we see their Deck Paint as well, trying to get in front of him. The Only G is still there at the back. Maybe we can get some onboard views. As we see their area still trying to defend from TTV. We have a little bit of an issue, a little bit of lag, but it's still okay, just about. But yeah, TTV still managing to do fine. He needs to make sure that he defends well from Pro Fabi, however. Only 1/10 remaining. Maybe we could get some onboard from Pro Fabi, who should be now next to him. No, he isn't. He's really behind, just on his tail. TTV defending that well and going back through the outside. Let's see, he takes all of that curb and he goes quite wide. Let's see if that... Oh, he manages to escape, and is it gonna be... No, he crashes against the wall over there. That is absolutely unfortunate from TTV, who loses his position, and Aries Umbra as well in front of him.
Oh, that was close. That was very, very close. Good driving there from Pro Fabi there to avoid the accident and get well out of the way there. You could see that was Aries Umbro just getting way out of shape there, coming through there. Very, very good reactions from Pro Fabi. In the meantime, though, we've got a battle here for P1. Deck Paint is right up the chuff here of Bowie. These guys both in the slipstream here. If Sebastefano is to come down the straight to complete the second lap here, is he going to go for a move up the inside here? Deck Paint needs to be careful and he's very, very sensible there. Wise old head, deck paint. Good to see him. Not going for a lunge there up the inside, thinking better of it. It's very early doors in this race. 3 minutes into a half-an-hour race, and deck paint's going to go side by side here with Bowie. And can he make the move stick? There's going to go on board with Bowie and see what he's doing. And Bowie's not going to give it up. No, Bowie's still sticking with it.
I think
Deck
Deck
paint,
Paint
lost it. No, he hasn't. No, he's held it, but he's lost a lot of time. Very unfortunate there, but he can go again. But that will hopefully these guys can keep it clean. That was a little bit of argy-bargy, but just about within the realms of clean racing for the time being. Great stuff there.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're going to have a look back at how Pro Fubby tried to survive all of that, what happened in front of him. We can only see, unfortunately, just about to crash from areas that happened right in front of him. But he just managed to survive, and even in the replay, it looks a lot cooler than what I thought it would have been here when I was watching it live. As we watch Kurt Hutchison trying to make sure he can make a move. Is he going to make a launch through the inside? No, he isn't. Bowie, no, he isn't. He crashes out, unfortunately. Oh, that's very unfortunate to see what happened to him, to Kurt. But yeah, Bowie in the meantime as well, still trying to make a move. He is holding that. He's holding the only G really close behind him. Is he going to play bumper? Is he going to use his bumper maybe a little bit? No, he isn't. Yeah, the only G must get really scared now through the inside. Let's see what's going to happen here. In the meantime, we're going to have another look in a bit to show you Kurt's crash. That was very unfortunate over there. But yeah, the only G, of course, being very wise, very smart with his moves. He's still sticking on the back. Can we maybe have an onboard cam on Bowie? Because this looks incredible. It must look a lot more incredible from his perspective. Yeah, we can. Let's see if we can get something over here. Bowie trying to hold on that position and trying to get that position for P2, but the only G really not willing to give up. In the meantime, we're going to have a look here back in the replay, see what happened here as it gets stuck a little bit. Yeah, here we can show it to you here, just about, I think.
Oh no!
No,
Again, no! It is.
No,
it's not.
Who is that? That is James, I think. No, is it? No, it is Sebas. Sebas who crashed out. Oh, that's very unfortunate. He flipped over a couple of times. I hope you guys saw that at the right bottom of your screen. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Like I say, he probably cracked under the pressure. But yeah, he shouldn't have. He was first. He was going on fine. And Bowie, obviously, the only one who managed to escape from that. Yeah, Sebastefano probably really not being happy from that, and now he needs to defend from James for P4.
Yeah, it's all gone wrong. He was having a great day out there out front, and it's just suddenly all gone up in smoke. Let's hope that Sebastefano can respond from that, because last week, obviously, we saw him have a really, really poor round, but we know he's got the pace in this one, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to fight back. I know he's got the pace to. Let's see if he's got the nerve to fight back here in this process. We see him get sideways again. They're coming through turn 4. Oh no, Sebas has lost it. Sebas has lost it. He spun it through, coming through turn 4, and we've got a yellow flag there. Yellow flag through turn 4. That's a disaster there. It looks like this race has gone from bad to worse there for Sebastefano. He's now falling back into clutches here of TTV. This is incredible scene, Seb.
Yeah, I mean, there is just action after action happening over here. We don't have any we don't have the on-screen telemetry anymore, but we're seeing here Smokey Devil losing it as well a little bit, but he managed to hold on, as we see back Sebastefano trying to defend his position now from TTV. TTV trying to make a move through the outside, almost clips it on the wall over there, but just about misses it, and that's really well done from him.
Yeah, good job there of holding onto it. As we see Pro Fubby there coming around the outside of TTV, coming down the straight, but TTV pop here on the brakes, but Fubby's going to go have a better run here coming out of turn 1, and he's going to look to the slipstream. He's going to go left and right, but he can't make it for the time being here. It looks like TTV doing a great job here of holding on, but Pro Fubby looks to the left-hand side, and it's a collision. There's a collision between those guys. Disaster there. Yeah, it didn't go too well. Looks like they just ran into each other coming through the S's going up the hill. Maybe TTV moved across a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to get a replay on that. Here it is.
Yeah, the replay over there is from Sebas. It's not from the collision, unfortunately. But the problem with that, obviously, Andy, is that we're showing collision after collision, and and if we save the replay, we're saving the replay of the replay. So it's basically
Yeah.
like a replay loop what we're gonna have then. But yeah, I mean,
We're
incredible.
gonna have multiple insets. Yeah,
Definitely. So it will be difficult for us to kind of make a replay of every single collision that we're seeing at the moment. But I mean, incredible stuff here because you're watching this, and while you're watching the collision, the replay of a collision, you're watching a live collision happening at the same time, and I, as a viewer, would not be able to know which one would be more interesting, obviously. But this
You
is
wouldn't have a clue what's going on.
yeah, I mean, but no, but I mean, it's good to be fair because you know it's a story while a story is happening. As we're seeing here, Bowie trying to make a move here on James, and it's great as well for us. I mean, as viewers, as everybody is watching here live on YouTube and on Twitch, twitch.tv/motivracing. Make sure you follow.
James doing some very intelligent defending here, parking
Yes.
his car in all the right places and making sure that Bowie has to go around the long way, or really has to work to get this position. He looks like a little to the inside there at turn 4, but can't make the
Making
move.
a little
And he's
tap.
just running into him at the moment. Yeah, James is being a wily old fox at the moment and just keeping his car in exactly where he needs to. And Bowie must be extremely frustrated here because he's blocking off every single line or possible overtaking maneuver that Bowie is shaping up for. As we can see once again there, trying to distract him. And Bowie a little bit late on the brakes. Maybe it looked like James broke a little bit early there, coming into the second to last corner, and that's just resulted in a little bit of argy-bargy there, but nothing doing for the time being. I think they would have lost a little bit of time here to the leaders, but not too much. But that's not what we want to see. We want to see these some clean overtaking here in this race.
Yeah, I mean, Bowie doing great. In the meantime, we're looking at Pro Fabi. Is he going to make a move through the inside? Yes, he is. He's trying to make a move through the inside, but the problem is, however, these GT5s are always kind of the same. But there you go, Pro Fabi, obviously great making a move. DTV closing the door a little bit, but just about leaving enough room.
Ooh.
And he's making the move, and that's all she wrote here for Pro Fabi.
Great move there from Pro Fabi, and TTV from the room, hats off to him as well. But Pro Fabi now is going to set his sights here on Aries Umbro, who's just a few seconds up the road. TTV will try and fight back, I'm sure, but he has got a penalty. You've got to be aware of that one as they come up towards the chicane. You can see he's still in the slipstream here, pulling out to the right-hand side, trying to distract him in the mirrors if he can, but Pro Fabi looks pretty set on sticking to his line here into the chicane, and in fact he has got the move done. But in the background here, we've got a battle. Smoky Devil looks like he's going up the inside here of Evan, and he's made the move up into P11, so Evan looks like he may have had a slowdown penalty of some sort there, backed right out of it, and allowed him to breeze past him coming down that straight. Corey Smith says, Bowie's doing rubbish. Honey Badger says, come on, Bowie. What is going on? Bowie currently running in P3 with Seba Stefano right behind him. Bowie is letting his fans down by the sounds of it. They don't sound too happy with his performance.
They were all chanting Bowie, Bowie at the start of the race and even at the end of qualifying. But I don't know. I think people are kind of questioning him at the moment. Now people are asking which... JR is asking which position is George?
Gypsy George is in P13 at the moment.
He's in P13. Well, the problem is obviously I don't have the telemetry here. I don't have all the drivers here at the moment. So yeah, we're kind of looking here at Bowie at the moment, but it's actually nicer that way. I'm not gonna lie. We're looking at Bowie trying to hold on to the position from the Argentinian for the last podium position place here. And they're going too wide. Obviously, Sebas, who you're seeing there in the green, is trying to make... Oh, no! Bowie!
Oh!
Bowie. This is really not your day today, is it? Absolutely insane what I'm sure...
Taylor Norton says, how's the only G doing? Taylor, your man is currently in P1, 1.6 seconds in the lead, but he's got deck paint, setting fastest laps behind him. Currently, the only G coming out the last turn now. Deck paint is right behind him. You can see that trying to get into the slipstream. In fact, he's pretty close to getting in the slipstream, I would say, at this point. But hold on, it looks like deck paint's made a mistake. Deck paint's dropped way back there.
Yeah.
Coming out of the last corner.
Yeah. JR asking if you can put the timings up, Andy. No, that's the map, buddy. Not that one. That's the one on the left, buddy. Yeah, that one. Great. All right. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, deck paint losing a lot of time. And as we see, maybe there might be also some interesting stuff happening once again between Bowie and Seba. Obviously, the two have collided. which we just showed the replay of. Is there? I don't know what's going to happen here. Bowie losing a lot of time, however, there at the back, and he's lost position. Seb made it back into third.
Yeah, great job there from Sebastefano getting back past Bowie, but you can see these two still very, very close on the track. Nothing at all separating them as they come out of the chicane. And Bowie looks like he really wants his position, but he's being involved in a couple of collisions now. Maybe his confidence is running a little bit thin at the moment. Our Flying Dutchman here is looking to the outside here of Sebastefano, but Sebastefano doing a great job of just holding the line and exactly the right place with his car. But Bowie's going to be frustrated now. He's going to want this podium position. It's not really gone to plan at all. In fact, it's been a difficult week for Bowie. In the feature race in the Clio Cup, he missed out on a podium. I know he won the sprint race, but it was a difficult feature race. He went into the wall a couple of times, and a few spins put paid to his chances of getting on the podium, which was unfortunate for him. Sure, wanting a podium here in this Tier 2 race for the GT5 tonight. As you see, once again, Sebastefano just doing a defensive line there, coming into turn 1 and holding him off for the time being.
Yeah, people are arguing maybe Bowie just gave back the position, but I'm not going to lie, I doubt it. But you know, we'll only wait and see. Obviously, Bowie, you know, respectful driver, he might slow down for Sebas. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting battle with these two. Obviously, seeing that they're so close behind each other, and once again going too wide, where it all went wrong last time. But yes, this time Sebas, I think, kind of learned Bowie that Bowie really doesn't want to give up his position. And here we see at the back as well, Pro Fubby and Kurt Hutchison. I don't know, there are 4 people driving for what looks to be P5.
Yeah, very, very close racing here. There's 4 cars battling over P5 here. Got iMango, Kurt Hodgson, Pro Fubby, and Aries Umbro. And it looks like you could see there just Kurt having a little look to the inside there of iMango, but had to think better of that one. It was not close enough that time around. Both these guys with their lights on, letting everyone know that they're intent on making time up and positions, but you can see they look like Pro Fubby got a little bit loose there coming out of the final turn, and now Aries Umbro's got a fantastic run coming down the pit straight. He's going to have a look to the inside, and once again Kurt Hodgson just doing a little feint to the inside, trying to distract iMango in the mirrors. iMango having none of it and staying ahead, but iMango goes very, very wide coming through turn 1, and now he's going to mix it up a little bit. Here we go. So it looks like Kurt Hodgson is looking to the inside, but he can't make the move. Not quite alongside him. He's trying to poke his nose alongside, but you can see there that at the moment iMango doing a great job of holding him off, and now that's going to allow Pro Fubby to get a lovely run here on Kurt Hodgson as they come along the back straight up towards the chicane. Can Aries Umbro possibly get involved in this action? If these guys start tripping over each other, this is going to be a very, very close battle indeed as they come up towards the chicane now. Got iMango going defensive, and you can see that Kurt Hodgson is really hassling him now. Kurt knows that if he doesn't get this position now, he's going to find himself open to an attack here from Pro Fubby. Pro Fubby, and back on there you also see Aries Umbro has dropped off for those guys, so he made a mistake coming up towards the chicane. He's now going to find himself under attack here from TTV, but in the meantime this is very, very close here between iMango, Kurt Hodgson and Pro Fubby, and they come into the second to last corner now. Currently iMango doing a great job here of holding these guys up, but you can see he's just been defending every single opportunity he can, parking his car on the apex, allowing no entry route or exit route out of the corner for the car behind him, and currently pulling out a gap here coming out onto the pit straight.
iMango making a great iMango trying to hold on to everything. People obviously are saying that they want to see more of this action here at P5 as iMango almost lose it. He's going very, very wide, and that obviously allows Kurt to move on to P5. And there we see Pro Fubby trying to make a move. What looks like to be his well, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter for this season. For next season it might matter, but for his teammate, we'll see how next season is going to be. If you want to join next season, however, make sure you join our Discord server. Link is in the description on Twitch and on the About section on YouTube. As we see here, no, sorry, that's who is that? Kurt going quite wide over there on. Oh, and we see there's Sebas. That looks like Sebas who crashed out. Sebas crashed out. He is there.
Oh.
And going down to 9th place. I think he's leaving all the position, and that's very unfortunate to see him like that.
Disaster there for Sebastefano. He's had a really torrid
Pro Fubby
even this time around. Yeah,
Fabi.
probably running a little bit into Imango there, but you can see there, Seba Stefano has had an absolute mare the last couple of weeks in the GT5 Championship, and his rotten luck continues, unfortunately. He's had a fantastic record in our GTE Championships on Monday, but in the GT5s, it's really not gone to plan the last couple of weeks. Now down in P9, having taken pole position. You can see here, looks like Pro Fabi's got a lovely run there coming out of turn one. Imango gets a little bit sideways and loose, and it looks like Pro Fabi's got the move up the inside here. Can he hold it coming through the S's, or is Imango going to fight back? You can see he's got the slipstream here coming up the hill. We're going to go trackside and see what these guys, see what the crowd are seeing as they absolutely fly past two angry Gladiators, both sporting the same livery, yellow cars, or not the same livery actually. One's green, one's yellow, as we see here. Is Pro Fabi going to go defensive coming up towards the chicane? He is indeed. Imango pulls out to the right hand side. Can he make the move around the outside, or is he going to think better of that one? He does in the end tuck in behind him, and it looks like Pro Fabi has got the move. Good racing from there between those two boys. Great to see them keeping it clean and keeping it tidy.
Bowie in the meantime making a move, making a mistake, and he's down to 7th. You saw him there going quite wide, and he's now going to join this battle as well. What happened with all of this? First, we see Sebas, who has led the qualifying and who has started in first place in the race, making a mistake. In the meantime, we see also TTV trying to hold on against Seba Stefano, who's trying to make a move over there as well. But yeah, it happened to him, and now we see as well Bowie trying to make a mistake. Well, not trying, he makes a mistake. Maybe we can also go back on the two wide that's happening over there with TTV and Sebas. Is he going to make a move? You see him there through the inside, and that's TTV trying to make another move through the inside, and he's trying to make a switchback on the same straight. Sebas goes very wide, and TTV obviously tries to take advantage of that. But is it going to stick? No, it isn't for TTV, but they are still going almost too wide, and Sebas is going through the inside, and that's the move done for Sebas over there.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit naughty there from TTV, maybe waiting for the move up the inside when he didn't really need to or shouldn't have. And Sebas sort of allowed him up the inside, gave him space in the end, saw him coming. But Sebas, I think, had the right to the corner, and TTV went for maybe a last-ditch kind of effort up the inside, and it didn't really work, unfortunately. He maybe held Sebas a little bit up, but Sebas has had a torrid race so far in this GT5 Championship Round 4 at Watkins Glen. It's not gone to plan at all. He's had a good first couple of races here in this championship, but it's not been really what he would have wanted last week at Sugo and then this week here at Watkins Glen so far. Hopefully he can pick it up a little bit, but it's, again, you know, we know he's capable of so much more than 8th place here in this Tier 2.
Yeah, Seba Stefano not having a great... He's not... Seba, you talk about having bad weeks. Well, Seba Stefano is the prime example of having a bad week. He's had a bad week in the GTs, and he's had a bad week... well, he's had a bad day today as well. So, I mean, you talk about this, the Stefanos, it's not really their week today. As we see there, a guy making a move there for P5. Can we try and have a look at that maybe? P5 very quickly. I think that is Imango there, who is there with Arias Umbra. Both of them, they're going too wide over there for P5. Imango sticking to that move, but Arias might have a little bit of an advantage over there. No, he doesn't. Imango going through the inside. And that is obviously a big corner, as we see Kurt Hutchison also trying to survive there from Pro Fabi. Pro Fabi only 1/10 away, as we see Imango maybe lagging a little bit all over the place, unfortunately. Yeah, Pro Fabi trying to hold on. Let's see if it's going to be anything good. That is going over there. Kurt trying to hold on, not Pro Fabi. Let's see what will happen here. Pro Fabi obviously there through the inside. Arias Umbra as well, obviously seeing all that drama happen right in front of him. And this is beautiful stuff.
Oh, he disconnected.
Bowie unfortunately disconnected. Our Flying Dutchman couldn't take it no more, I suppose. Crash after crash. It wasn't really his day today. Let's see, maybe we might be able to talk to him afterwards.
We see Aries Umbro there making it up the inside there. Imango getting a little bit loose there on the curve on the exit at turn 1, and that has allowed Aries Umbro to take the position, and now he can chase after Kurt Hodgson and Pro Fabi up ahead of him. But this guy's Aries Umbro and Imango have both been fighting it out for a little while now, so I'm sure that Imango is going to try and fight back here coming up towards the chicane. How close is he? Let's have a look and see what he's seeing. Looks like he's a little bit too far back this time around.
Yeah, but he's still seeing the battle that's happening in front of him. I mean, 4 people obviously battling for position. That's not something you see usually. In the meantime, we're still trying to get Bowie in, to talk to us. As we see there a move being done, I think that is who would that be? That is Pro Fabi trying to make a move, and that's a little bit too far, but it's still an amazing race here. We see Deck Paint trying to make a move to the only G, trying to make a move for the lead.
Yeah, Deck Paint's hunted him down. Well, this is going a little bit under the radar. The battle for the lead here. The only G seemed to have a comfortable lead earlier on, but Taylor will be disappointed to know that Deck Paint's closed right up on him, and now looking to the outside here. The only G's going to go defensive here on the inside, coming through turn 2 and 3 and up the hill towards the chicane. It looks like Deck Paint's got a lovely run on the outside. Can he make the move? The only G is going to try and go for that inside line here. Deck Paint pulls to the outside. Very late on the brakes. It looks like he's going to hold it, although he did need to cut the chicane there. The only G's going to try and get a better exit, but Deck Paint looks like he's got the move and is up into P1. He hunted him down. He made the move round the outside of the chicane, and he's made it stick. Great stuff. Both these guys coming up on traffic while they battle it out, so this could spice it up a little bit. But Deck Paint, for the time being, P1 in this race.
Deck Paint, who had kind of problems joining in the first place, but yeah, he's doing great now. Obviously, he surprised everybody, including me, with being, I think, P2 it was at the end of qualifying. And now we see the only G trying to still make a move for that, trying to get another move here for that first place. Obviously, it will be interesting. Jesus Christ, I'm going deaf. Yeah, here we see the only G, only 2/10 away, almost a quarter of a second down. He's losing a lot of time though. He's losing a lot of time against Deck Paint. Let's see what will happen over here. We see here a lot of people that are watching us right now live on YouTube and on Twitch. So welcome. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on Twitch if you could be so kind, obviously, if you like what you see. As we see there, the only G having a penalty, unfortunately, for whatever reason. And we see there Pro Fabi now trying to make a move. I think he just about lost position against Area Zumbra right in front of him. Oh my goodness me, this has been one hell of a race, Andy.
Yeah, Aries Umbra going defensive once again, and we know that Aries Umbra, from previous experience in this race, is one of the best at defensive driving here in Motive Racing, as we see Pro probably maybe trying to just distract him a little bit in the mirrors, but then again, Aries Umbra is not going to fall for that. And they both coming up on, I think, it's Kurt Hodgson in the foreground, actually. So those guys have been doing bits trying to catch up to Kurt, and now Kurt's going to have to watch out because he's got two absolutely charging guys behind him coming into the second to last corner. He's a bit down on his split time, so maybe the tyre's starting to go off here for Kurt, and he's going to have to watch out, Seb, definitely. Can he hold on for this final podium spot? He'll be absolutely delighted, I'm sure, with the podium here in his second race in Tier 2 in the GT5s. He's going very defensive coming down the pit straight. He knows what's at stake here in the final couple of laps, and he's not going to allow his position to get compromised. I'm absolutely sure of that. It's going to be a great race here in the closing stages. Meanwhile, what's going on at the front? It looks like Deck Paint is still holding off the only G. Obviously, we saw him hunting him down for a few laps and was closing that gap lap after lap. Eventually made the move, but the only G is not giving it up. Despite losing the lead, despite losing that ascendancy that he had, he is really sticking to the task. He doesn't want to lose the win here, having led the race for so long, and he's sticking right to the bumper here of Deck Paint. Just over 2.5 laps left to go here at Watkins, Glen in the GT5s at Motive Racing. Guys, if you like what you see, then be sure to hit that sub like and bell button on YouTube and join us on Discord. That's where you can join our races, become a part of our championships. Season 2 at Motive Racing will be starting on May the 8th, I believe. That's the provisional date we've got penciled in. It's not confirmed, not signed and sealed just yet, but hopefully that is the day that we will be getting going for our next season. So it's just over 5 weeks away. And we'll be racing GTEs, GT5s, and Renault Clios, and much, much more next season as well.
To people, to answer Vixen Paradise's statement, there's whole 11 people watching. Yeah, there is, and we welcome each and every one of them. And to be honest, that's only the YouTube views that we have at the moment. So if you want to help us as well on Twitch, then make sure you do. As we see there, Kurt Hudson still being ahead of Pro Furby. This will be difficult for Pro Furby to make a move. He's having a little tap there. He's making a little left tap there at the back. But is he going to make a move there through the right side? No, he isn't. He does have a look there As he's still, is he going to make a move there? Maybe through the inside? No, he isn't. He's sticking on the outside, and there is Umbra. Obviously,
Side by side.
it's
Three
free
wide.
wide.
Three wide.
It's free wide.
Who's
Obviously,
going to back
this
out
is
of this one? No one wants to give an inch here. Coming
Yeah,
out towards the
this-
chicane. It looks like we've got Kurt
Wow!
trying to get involved, but it looks like Pro probably the major benefactor in that little battle. He's moved up from 5th to 3rd, and in the background there you can see that Kurt Hodgson is having a little look there at the inside of Aries Umbra, but for the time being, it looks like Pro probably the major winner in that little tussle. Fantastic driving there. Just made the most of that and took advantage of the situation. But you can see here Kurt Hodgson is right on the bumper here of Aries Umbra coming up towards the second to last corner, and he's going to have the slipstream here of Pro Fubby, but he has to back out of it. Not close enough once again there. Thinks better of that as they come up towards the last turn now, and you could just see the Aries Umbra having a little look once again, and he's going to go for the exit here coming out of the last turn, and Pro Fubby going ultra defensive here. He does not want to lose this final podium
it's
spot.
almost
This
going
is-
free wide once again. But Pro Fubby
In the
is
meantime, though,
defending.
battle for the
No!
The only G's back up into the lead. He's got past Deckpaint once again, but Deckpaint's now in the slipstream here, coming up towards the chicane. Can he make a move on the inside? Is he going to try and distract him, or does the only G look like he's got it safe? He has indeed. And once again, the only G back in the lead of the race. Incredible scenes. These two have been going at it for the entire race, and I'm sure that neither of these guys wants to lose it, having been in the position where they've got used to having the lead. But the only G, they're doing a
56
great job
seconds
of managing to get back past him after having been hunted down and passed by Deckpaint. Can he hold on for this one? So you see Deckpaint here, pulling alongside and looking to the inside here. Can he make the move on the inside? Yes, he does. Deckpaint there, but looks like the only G's going to try and hold it around the outside. He has to back out of it. As we see, tucking back into the slipstream here, coming through the final turn. They're about to start the final lap of the race. Who's going to take this one? Deckpaint or the only G? Find out with just over a minute to go in this race. It's been an absolute thriller from start to finish. The battle for the final podium spot still heating up as well. Kurt Hodgson here has got Aries looking to the inside. Aries Umbra goes for the dive and makes the move, but you can see there that Kurt Hodgson trying to get the undercut, and Pro Fubby has dropped back to 5th place on this lap. Coming out of the last turn now, they're about to start the final lap, and you can see here that Kurt Hodgson gets a much better exit there than Aries Umbra onto the straight to start the final lap of the race. What's going on with us? Oh, let's stay with this one actually, because it looks like he has a great run here coming down the hill. No, he might think better of that one as to come under the brakes, but Deckpaint and the only G still fighting this one out, coming up towards the chicane. It looks like he's got a lead of 0.4 of a second here, but Deckpaint's got back past him. Obviously, we saw at the end of that previous lap, and the only G now looks like he's dropping a little bit back off of him.
Yeah, in the meantime, we might want to have a look back maybe at what's happening over there. All the people are kind of making backing out, as we see back here at the replay. What happened over there? That free wide turn over there, beautiful stuff, and only the level that we want to see here at Motive Racing. Great type of racing over there. Absolutely insane. In the meantime, we're looking at Evan trying to defend from TTV, but TTV making a move.
TTV's made the move.
But you also have to take into account that TTV has a penalty, whereas Evan is still clean. So this is the last lap of the race.
Deckpaint
takes the win
in Tier 2 for round 4 of Motive Racing's GT5 Championship at Watkins, Glen. He managed to hold on despite penalties for both himself and the only G. Aries Umbra is going to come round towards the final turn now and pick up the final podium spot, it looks like, ahead of Seba Stefano and iMango. Kurt Hodgson and Pro Fubby there must have had a collision on the final lap. They dropped way back down to 6th and 7th places. Unfortunate there to see that happen to those guys, but Aries Umbra completing the podium. Seba Stefano in the end picks up 4th place after a disappointing one for him. I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with 4th when you consider everything that happened in that race. iMango in 5th.
Yeah.
Kurt Hodgson comes over to finish in 6th place. Pro Fubby, after that last lap drama, coming home in 7th place. TTV looks like he might hold on ahead of Evan, but Evan has got the slipstream here coming up towards the second to last corner. A bit of grass there on the right hand side from Evan getting loose, and he's going to have a beautiful run here. Pulls to the left hand side. TTV going very defensive. Can Evan make it go around the long way, or is he going to have to try and go for the undercut? It looks like he's going to stick it around the outside.
no,
and you can see there's a collision behind.
No.
Yeah, Smoky Devil trying to get involved in that accident. Last chance saloon for Smoky Devil. Couldn't make it stick. TTV and Evan. It's a drag to the line. Currently Evan on the right, TTV on the left. Who's going to get this? Evan in the blue car, TTV in the red. It looks like TTV is going to hold on, but Evan picks it up with TTV's penalty. So Evan 8th, TTV in 9th place. Smoky Devil is coming round to complete the top 10. James and Gypsy George both a lap down. So great stuff there from Deckpaint and the only G fighting it out to the death. Deckpaint ultimately coming out on top in that one and picking up some good points here in his Tier 2 campaign. The only G one of the high flyers in Tier 2 standings at the moment, gets second place in that one. Aries Dumbra completes the podium. Then we got Seba Stefano, iMango, Kurt Hodgson, and Pro Fubby. Disastrous final lap for those guys with getting in all sorts of trouble and losing their chance to take the podium spot. Evan, IRL, TTV, and Smoky Devil complete the top 10. James and Gypsy George, 11th and 12th. Great stuff there, Seb. What did you make of that final lap drama? Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, I think it was incredible stuff over there with all the drivers. Let's see, they're all waiting right now. Here in the meantime, we already have Deck Paint, which Deck Paint here as an interview already. Deck Paint, welcome, congratulations, buddy.
Brilliant, cheers guys, thanks very much. Yeah, it was a crazy race.
I mean, can you maybe turn off the Twitch stream or something, whatever you have in the back?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
I've done it.
Thanks, mate, thanks. Just because we hear it here in the, live in the stream as well.
Yeah, no worries.
So, Deck, I mean, it must have been crazy for you to battle G for about 80-90% of the race.
Yeah, it was a bit mental, but managed to get it there in the end. Sweating, but yeah, it was a much harder race than the last two, shall we say? So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, and great commentary for you guys in the box as well. So yeah, it was a good race. Nice to get a full grid as well.
Thank you. I mean, how does it feel now? I mean, you've been, this isn't your first win, obviously. I think you've won the previous race as well, but we just about were short on time, so we couldn't get you. How does it feel to be P1 once again, as we have the only G here as well? Welcome, G.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Deck Paint, how does it feel once again to be one of the a winner here for Motive?
Yeah, it was good. Nice to get another win as well. Again, like I said, it was a harder race than the last two that I've won, but at the same time, yeah, it was nice to get another win. And Ginettas, I'm not the biggest fan of Ginettas, but at the same time, I feel like I did a good job today. So
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Tell us your perspective on the race, Giu. How did you feel?
I mean, my car towards the start was handling perfectly. I think that's when I got my best lap time. And then towards the end, it didn't feel good at all. So then I started racking up penalties and whatnot. But yeah, well done, Deck Paint.
yeah, cheers, mate.
I mean, at the end of the day, you were first on the grid, as far as I saw it, and then Deck Paint actually became second just because of that penalty.
Yeah.
There must be a lot of frustration, I suppose, still from your side.
During the race, yes, but nah, not now. It's okay. He drove well.
Drove well. Well, that's good at least. But is there any? Are you trying to seek redemption at least for
next race?
For next
yeah,
race?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, of course.
You'll be sat behind my ass for the whole race.
We'll see about that.
I mean, Gee, I mean, absolutely insane stuff from what we've seen over here. How are you still happy with the P2 position, or are you really more frustrated for P1 that you
I'm
didn't
happy
get
with
it
P2. Yeah, same as last week, I think. So
I'm glad to hear that.
So yeah, I mean, now here at the Tier 1 race, is there anybody, because Deck, I don't think you'll be, correct me if I'm wrong, but are you going to race with us here in Tier 1 as well, or was that your evening?
I'm not. No.
So is there anybody you're kind of rooting for here at for Tier 1?
I fancy Etel. Etel's chances. He was driving good in the practice earlier on, so yeah, I think he could, and he's got a decent setup as well. So yeah, fancy him.
Right, and in the meantime, G, do you have any opinion on that as well?
Oh god, I don't think I can favour anyone.
Yes, you can.
I don't think I can. I don't know.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, oh god, it's gonna get a few people a bit annoyed if I do say.
Come on, say it. We want some motive racing drama over here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course.
I mean, I want Falgas to win. I do want Fel to win.
Ooh, all right. That's a good shout. But yeah, we'll see how that will happen because I'm sure not a lot of people are happy with that decision.
or at least the podium for Fel, because he's been working hard and
Yeah,
whatnot.
try to damage control it right now. Of course. I understand what you're trying to do. But yeah, fellas, I mean, thank you guys for racing here. Good
not a
P1,
problem.
good P2. Congratulations with it, man.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
cheers.
I
Thanks
mean-
very much.
Thanks,
Great
man.
racing, G, as well. Great race,
Yeah,
mate.
thanks. Yeah, you too.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I hope to see you guys in the next race. In the meantime, we're gonna be right back as well, back on the stream. We'll call you guys. We won't call you. We're on the stream, but we'll be right back, and we'll see you guys then for the Tier 1 races.
Seb, quickly before we get off, I just have a quick chat?
Yeah. Wait, I'll call you then on. Oh.
Just one night, one night, one night. Worth more than just one night, one night, one night. More like all my life, all my life, all my life. That's what I'm waiting for, babe. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. Let's get drunk on each other. Get me high like no other. We might be strangers. I don't think you're ready for where we can change that. Why don't we change that? Let's get drunk on each other. Get me high like no other. We might be strangers. We might be strangers. Well, we can change that. Why don't we change that? I feel like I'm in a dream. 'Cause nothing inside is even seems. I feel like I'm in a dream. But that's where I wanna be. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the I just wanna get down. Nothing inside is even seems. I feel like I'm in a dream. But that's where I want. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the lights out. Baby, turn the I just wanna get down. Let's get drunk on each other. Get me high like no other. We might be strangers. I don't think you're ready for where we can change that. Why don't we change that? Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down. Baby, turn the lights out. I just wanna get down.
Hi, Mr. Blue. Were you lonely? Hi, Mr. Blue. And no matter what you do, were you lonely?
Do what you say to look, you give it feels like we're goodbye.
heartbeat slowly drops. Telling you why holding hands, so lean on me, 'cause you're my friend. Yeah, you, yeah, you. You say life has defeated you and you are done trying. Fortune, luck, and happiness have stopped. Telling you to stay with me, depression isn't meant to be. Yeah, you, yeah, you. I'm Mrs. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. Oh, Mr. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. Lonely too. Promise me you won't give up, surrender to the sadness. My legs are strong enough to carry two. Even though I cannot fly, I'll lift you to the highest sky. Yeah, you, yeah, you. Always keep in mind that all the clouds have silver linings. Darling, there's no need for feeling blue. Haven't you heard from above? The air is filled with hope and love. Yeah, you, yeah, you. I'm Mrs. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. Oh, Mr. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. I'm Mr. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. And Mr. Blue, I'm here to stay with you. And no matter what you do, you're lonely, I'll be lonely too. Lonely too. It doesn't really matter what you do. Said I'm gonna be Mr. Blue. I'm thinking of leaving you, Mr. Blue. I swear to you, it doesn't really matter what you do. Said I'm gonna be Mr. Blue. I'm thinking of leaving you, Mr. Blue. I swear to you, it doesn't really matter what you do. It's just the way you move, trying to keep it cool. I'm not your kind of girl. You think you got the groove, but I'm just another fool. I'm not your, you think you're hot, 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 but you're acting kinda crazy. Please just stop, you're not a dirty dancing Patrick Swayze. You're not hot, 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 but you're acting kinda crazy. Please just stop, you're not a dirty dancing Patrick Swayze. Dirty dancing Patrick Swayze. Don't need a body dance, Patrick Swayze.
Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Do you know, no, 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 no?
Let me see you bounce in this. You are in danger.
Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no? Who you messing with? Do you know, no, 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 no? Do you know, no, 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 no?
Let me see you bounce in this. You are in danger.
And welcome back, everybody who's watching here live in Motive Racing. My name is Sebastian, and you are watching here with me and my partner Andy the GT5 races here in Watkins, Glen, the mecca of the US races, as Andy always says. Here we have the circuit info, obviously. Here we do have them. There you go. It's called obviously also the Glen, and it's known to be the mecca of North American road racing. It's located in New York, the beautiful New York, and it's hosted the US Grand Prix for 20 years, from 1961 till the 1980s. And it's hosted, and it's still hosting the NASCAR Indy Sports Car. The track itself is 3.4 miles or 5.4 kilometers. As we see there, a little bit of an issue with Felgast and somebody else. Our cameraman is kind of shocked on it as well. I don't really know what they're doing over there. It has 11 turns, and not only does it host races, but it hosts concerts as well. For next time, we will also have the lap record, but for this time, we unfortunately already have it set, so it unfortunately is not going to work. However, what is going to work today is the Tier 1 races, ladies and gentlemen, that we are all seeing over here at Motive online, considering that everything is being quarantined. The esports are gonna do great, and as we see there, Smithy being the first one to get out of there. But yeah, I don't know where my buddy Andy is here at the moment. He muted himself, so if he hears this, and if he's if he is don't say it's Seb.
I just realised I've been on mute.
I realised. I realised. I thought, you know, Andy is that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought already. I was like, you know, Andy would be the type of idiot to do that, you know. But you know, it's not
Very
like
kind
I
of
would
you.
ever do that, you know, myself, obviously. So
Well, we're here today for the Tier 1 guys, and should be a great race here. I'm absolutely certain that we're going to see lots of action. We saw absolutely fantastic race in Tier 2, the battle for the lead between G and Deckpaint. In the end, Deckpaint coming out on top in that one, and the final podium spot eventually was taken. It was. It was an unbelievable battle for the final podium spot. It went all the way
Yeah.
down to the last lap, and then obviously a few collisions in that last lap put paid to the chances of a couple of the guys. But great racing all round throughout the whole field, and one of the talking points has got to be the race of Seba Stefano, who had an absolute shocker after taking a convincing pole position. It just everything went wrong for him. So
yeah, not very usually to see that sort of stuff, but I think he tried to show other people too much that he, you know, that he doesn't need his father's help, and that kind of cracked him. It is very unfortunate, but these things tend to happen a lot. But yeah, I think a bigger talking point was the free wide race that happened over there. As I think Andy is gone just for a second over there. Yeah, one of the big talking points, we just saw it in the replay, is that free white there in Tier 2. Beautiful stuff, by the way. Also, if you love to help us, try to watch us and follow us as well on YouTube and on Twitch, twitch.tv/motiveracing. If you haven't followed yet, I mean, what are you doing? It's just, you know, it's one click of a button. And you'll be notified on when we are live and when. Well, hopefully you won't be notified when we are not, but yeah, it was incredible racing so far. As we see Smithy with quite some issues. I wonder if he had invalid lap times. We're following him already for quite a long time. In the meantime, Ozzy and Ollie, the only two so far to do a 119. Ozzy with a low 119 and Ollie there with quite a mid-high 119, as we see them right over there. But yeah, I wonder what's going through their minds over here as we see Smithy going quite wide, and I don't know who that is behind him, but he must be kind of frustrated as well. He's doing his hot lap. As you can see, his lights are on. But Smithy, I don't know if Smithy is doing that as well, as we see a white car as well being very slowly over there. He needs to turn his lights off. He just did as well. Good stuff, at least, from everybody. So yeah, make sure you follow us as well on Twitch and on YouTube. And Falga saying Malik and DJ Phil can't get in. Of course, we're having this issue again. Yeah, I'll let Andy know. But yeah, very unfortunate for Malik and DJ Phil. Andy is at the moment, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but yeah, if he can hear me, he's muted himself once again. But if you can hear me, well, Malik and DJ Phil cannot get in, unfortunately. We'll try to see if we can fix that issue. But yeah, also try to follow us on Twitch and YouTube, and we'll try to get it sorted. Ozzy there, and there in the meantime, Granddad Steve being also in the 119 gang, sort of, as Smithy put his first lap time in with a 121. That's kind of a high lap time for him. As he goes back into the pits, we see everybody there just going out at the moment. Obviously, a lot of people also going out for their lap time. We see RDJ getting out, I think. No, he's still in the pits, RDJ. But yeah, some people still not having put their lap time in, which is quite unfortunate to see. But it is what it is, unfortunately. If we can't do anything about it, DJ Phil and Malik, hopefully they can get in for the sprint race. And if not, then we hope to see them there for the feature. Or we try to solve it. Either way, we'll try to make sure that these guys will benefit from everything that we try to provide them. Honestly, do we restart with rolling? I'll be honest with you. You're asking the wrong person here. You're asking the wrong commentator. I am but a commentator. I wouldn't know. But yeah, I'm sure that Andy is thinking about it at this very moment as we speak. As we watch Grandad Stee trying to make sure he makes a better lap time. He is in the P3, but he is in a very high 119. So obviously that needs to get better. ALTEL as well being out there. Everybody is trying to make a lap time here at the same time. Usually around this time, because it is a 50-minute lap qualifying, usually around this time I would say not a lot of people would go out, but here in Motive Racing we tend to do things a little bit different. We tend to have the qualifying the busiest in the middle of qualifying, and I don't really understand why, but that's just the way that it is, and that's how we do things apparently. So yeah, Grandad Stee there with the qualifying here for the sprint race for Tier 1. And in the meantime, you've once again muted yourself. So if you're speaking, I can't hear what you're saying. I think Annie might be. Is that Annie? No, it is Bowie who's trying to talk to us. Let's see if we can join the call over here. Hi Bowie, hi DJ. You guys are live on the air. I don't know if you guys want to say something in the meantime. I know you guys have trouble joining. We'll try to sort it out. I've told Andy, but we'll see what will happen.
T1, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, Bowie. I mean, you. How was it at least as well? Our Flying Dutchman here, Bowie from Tier 2.
It was fun until I disconnected for a very weird reason. My PS4 started to smoke a little bit, actually. I don't know how it happened. It's fine now, but yeah, I don't know what happened, to be honest. Quite weird. For the rest, it was quite a good race. Had some battles, had some touches with James, which I think we're gonna have to talk about later. To me and James alone, but for the rest, it was quite fun. Yeah.
Is there some bad blood between you and James, or is it more just you just want to get it out of the way and talk about it once it's done?
Yeah, some things happened where I wasn't really happy about because, in my opinion, he pushed me wide a few times and turned into me. So I'm gonna talk to him about that later. So it's all fine between us for the rest. I think we'll sort that out. So
all right,
yeah.
All right. In the meantime, I mean, Bowie, it's a shame that you're not joining us usually on the Tier 1 races. At least not for this one. We hope that your PS4 gets sorted.
I'm having problems connecting at the moment.
Yeah, I know, DJ. We're trying to sort it out. We're trying to talk about it. I hope maybe G might be able to talk about it as well with Andy. In the meantime, why don't you guys join the commentator booth? I'll get it sorted out, and then we can talk about it during the qualifying. It's still 5 minutes left, so you're always welcome to join.
Yeah, we'll move over to the channel and then.
There's a waiting list to be interviewed, so if you join that, then we'll talk about it.
All right, will do.
All right, well, I'll go back, and in the meantime, I'll be back. I'm back in the commentator room, and in the meantime, I hope Andy got everything figured out. Yeah, someone's saying I was struggling in race 1 and I've left Motive. I'm not accepting what I got called in the GT5 chat. I don't know what you've been called in the GT5 chat, No Limit Racer. But have a talk about it with the mods. I'm sure they will definitely be happy, more than happy to see what they can do for you. And we'll see if we can figure stuff out. Because Motive is not a league that's that accepts bullshit and stupid stuff. So definitely talk about it with the moderators, and then maybe we might be able to talk about it in the Discord channel. In the meantime, I've got Bowie and Deck Paint here once again. Deck Paints, how are you doing? How are you holding up? With I mean, you must still be happy for P1. Is there anything you want to say for the people here in Tier 1?
Yeah, I just thought I'd come and join you guys in the commentary booth. Just watch this qualifying session going on. Surprised to see Champ on top at the moment with quite a big. I know Ollie Marr put a good lap in early on, but surprised to see Champ on top actually.
Yeah, I mean he is on top, but Motoring Morgan is currently ahead of him only by 900ths of a second. In the meantime, Bowie, it's TTV. Well, TTV, let's talk about it. Send us a message. We'll see what we can do for you, buddy.
I've just seen Motoring now. Sorry, my stream's a little bit behind.
Don't worry,
so-
that's to be expected, buddy.
It's still a good lap. Just under a tenth quicker than Champ. So yeah, I think it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be a tight qualifying session. Last couple of minutes in this.
Yeah, it will be interesting because I mean 900ths of a second is basically nothing. As you see, someone just about to spin out just a little bit, or kind of losing the back end a little bit. The tires were heating a lot.
Yeah.
But Bowie, let's talk about your race, man, because we haven't talked about it a lot. You've talked about that you've got spun out. But is there anything else? I mean, for the rest of the race, it was actually pretty clean. You've done all right.
Yeah, it was quite the interesting race from my point of view. That's certain. At some point I got back up to P3, and I was right behind the only G, trying to get back to Sebas. And in the one of the last turns, Sebas spun and got back on track. And it was G to go straight into the back of him, and they both went flying pretty much. And I somehow managed to go underneath both of them.
Yeah,
drive on.
I think we saw that just about. You were very lucky in that incident.
Yeah, they went right over me. I think I clipped them a little bit, not by much, but yeah, they somehow just touched me. But I managed to get through, and like I said just now, I had a battle with James, and we had some small touches, but I'm not sure what happened there. So me and James are probably going to sort that out later, so that's fine. But for the rest, I had some small mistakes. I didn't have that many practice in, going to be honest. But for the rest, it looked like a very interesting race. So yeah, really enjoyed the time that I was in.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're seeing here Motoring Morgan, as you spoke, was P1, but he's back down to P3 as we see Smithy being just a bit above him, and then someone, I can't remember what his name is. He is in P1. But yeah, absolutely incredible last minute over there. Motoring Morgan might want to do a last lap, see what it brings him. Is it going to be anything?
I think he is on a last lap, Seb. It looks like he's pushing it to me. Smithy and Champ are in it, so it looks like they're not gonna get a lap in. In the last
Motoring Morgan managed to stay in P3, unfortunately. In the meantime, we're still looking at the timing of Olimar. Olimar is still out there. 20 seconds left to make the qualifying lap. I think he might just about cancel it. Ollie is still doing his lap. Only 10 seconds remaining. Is he going to make the finish line just about? No, he isn't. And Smithy set the newest fastest lap. Yeah, we see Champ of course, Champ, how could I forget? Champ being in P1, Smithy in P2, Motoring Morgan P3, Ollie in P4, our Australian Aussie P5, Jurino being in P6, Granite Steve P7, ALTEL being in P8, Honey Badger P9, John Boy P10, Felgast 11th, Ukbar, our fellow Dutch, Bowie's fellow Dutchman, being in P12, RDJ being in P13, and Mistech being in 14th place. I mean, can I just talk to you for a second about Ukbar, Bowie? Because I mean, obviously we've talked about it, we've kind of rumored about it. With I've kind of talked about it with Andy on the stream, but is there kind of what's your relationship with Ukbar? Because obviously you guys are both have the same nationality. Obviously, I assume there's friendly stuff, but is there also friendly rivalry nationally wise, or is it really just you guys want to be teammates and both represent the best, and it doesn't really matter?
To be honest, I haven't really talked that much with Ukbar, so there's not much of a relationship going on there on that part. But yeah, of course, because he's a fellow Dutchman, I do wish him the best always. So, and if we could eventually be teammates, that would always be very good. Both representing the Netherlands, of course, and yeah, like you said, just trying to put in the best we can for our country. So yeah.
Obviously, I mean, we're, obviously, I'm wondering, if you guys were to ever, I don't know if you guys ever raced together. My memory is horrible today, as it is usually. But yeah, if you guys ever race together, will there be more of a team play going on, or more of a rivalry going on?
I think it's more of a rivalry going on then. I mean, of course, we're still both trying to go for the win. So, of course, we're still trying to keep it clean, of course, just like every other race. But for the rest, it's always going to be battling with each other, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. In the meantime, we're also deck paint. Oh my goodness me, Andy completely left the commentator booth.
I'm fine. I'll be co-commentator for a bit.
I hope so. I hope so. But the problem is, obviously, I don't know if he's the host of. I hope he isn't, because then we might have an issue. But yeah, I mean, Deck. Do you see Bowie as a great rival, and the other way around? Do you guys see each other as great rivals, one from another, in the tier 2 races, or is it more, or do you guys not really take special care against each other?
I think we hardly see each other in the tier 2 races, to be honest. He's usually sort of 10 seconds behind me. No offense, Bowie.
No offense whatsoever.
No, there's definitely something there, no doubt. But it's probably more. There's more of a rivalry between me and G, if I'm being honest, right now.
I mean, I'm also. Give me 1 second. I'm also checking. Obviously, we've talked about this with many people. We'll create a new lobby file. Let's see if we can get stuff to work. We'll see if we can talk to you guys in the meantime. Jesus Christ, I have to remember these names now. Champ, Smithy, Motoring Morgan, Olima. All right, we'll see if we can get a new lobby.
Well, just to keep you guys informed, in the meantime, we are actually trying to do a GT3 race in another community I'm in, and we're also having major problems with the setup of a lobby as well. So I think it's just worldwide on Project Cars just going mad.
Yeah, obviously the coronavirus got people really mad. Well, all the servers really mad lately. I'm checking what the issue could be, because I'm really wondering where Andy left right now. But yeah, I'm if anybody could help me and tell me who the owner is, the owner of the lobby is in the chat, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate that. And if it is Andy, then I'll make sure I'll get a new lobby set up for you guys.
And we just had a new mention on Discord, Seb. Let me just have a look.
In the meantime, we're looking back at the standings over here. We're seeing Champ P1, Smithy P2, Motoring Morgan P3, Ollie P4, Ozzy P5.
Okay, we've got an update on the race from Andy and Falguest as well. The tier 1 race is going to be a rolling start due to the connection issues of people joining. So it will be a rolling start. That's all we've heard so far.
Yep.
Information in the next couple of minutes, but as far as I'm aware, I can tell everyone on stream it will be a rolling start.
There you go, a rolling start. Couldn't have said it any better. Thanks, Deck. Obviously, now we are back live over here. Oh no, it isn't. Wait, we are having some issues. I'll join the other thing. Everybody else, try to make sure you join as well. We will be right back as well. Just as one of those things that unfortunately are very unexpected, but you know they tend to happen from time to time. Deck, I appreciate you coming. Bowie as well.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. And we'll see if we can keep you guys for the Discord chat. Maybe for a commentator booth, maybe not. But I hope you guys are enjoying the race as much as I am. we'll see what will happen, and we'll talk to you guys in a minute. Talk to you guys later.
Holding you until the sunrise, sleeping until the midnight. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Get on the floor, dancing all night long. Get on the floor, dancing to the floor. Get on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn. Get on the floor, dancing all the time. My baby, you on my mind, and I don't know why, yeah, but the feeling is right. Can't you see, honey, you are for me, oh, we were meant to be. Dancing in the moonlight, gazing at the stars so bright, holding you until the sunrise, sleeping until the midnight. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole. Get on the floor, dancing all night long. Get on the floor, dancing to the floor. Get on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn. Get on the floor, dancing. Dancing is what you do. This is what I think of you. This is what clears my soul. This is what makes me whole.
Cut my heart about 1-2 times. Don't need the question, the reason. I'm yours. I'm yours. And I'd move the other Lucifer just to see you smile. Cause you got no flaws. No flaws. I'm not trying to be your part-time lover. Sign me up for the full-time. I'm yours. I'm yours. So what a man gotta do? What a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta say? What a man gotta pray to be your last good night and your first good day? You ain't trying to be wasting time on stupid people in cheap lines, I'm sure. I'm sure. So I'd give $1,000,000 just to go to grab me by the collar and I'll go build us. Build us. I'm not trying to be your part-time lover. Sign me up for the full-time, I'm yours. So what a man gotta do? What a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta say? What a man gotta pray to be your last good night and your first good day? So what a man gotta do? What a man gotta do to be totally locked up by you? What a man gotta do? What a man gotta prove to be totally locked up by you? So tell me what a man gotta do.
This light is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me, don't throw me out. Leave me here to waste. I once was a man with a million ways. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can keep me. You want it more than all, so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me go slowly. Let me down, 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 let me down. If you want it, go then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me go slowly. Let me down, down. If you want it, go then I'll be so lonely. If you
Yeah, no worries. Oh, brilliant. Cheers, mate.
And after a long day of trying to fix stuff that wasn't really working, we finally managed to do it. And everybody should be in, and should be in just fine. I'm here with deck paint for once, not with Andy unfortunately, but Andy should be here very shortly. I wonder what happened with him, but he's talking on PlayStation at the moment. He's not talking on Thingy, but that's okay. We should have a rolling start to make sure that everybody is in the positions that they should be in. But yeah, Deck, welcome to the commentator booth, buddy. I don't know if you can hear us. Hello, Dick. Oh wait, gotcha. Wait, give me a second, man. Hey, Deck, can you hear us now? Because we can't hear you. Wait, we'll give it another try. See if we can disconnect you and reconnect you. And Andy is now back. He's still
You hear me
muted.
now?
Now we can
You
hear
hear
you,
me
Dak. Now we can hear
Sorry,
you.
I don't know. My mic just went. I don't know why.
No, it's
so,
okay. It's
sorry,
okay. It's an issue with the sharing system on Discord. But yeah, Andy, welcome back on the stream.
Hello guys, good to be here. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with some of these guys. 2 people have just retired from the race before it's even started. Something really weird is going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why people are doing this. But anyway, we've got 14 drivers in the field here for this sprint race. So it's going to be champ. There's someone else has retired. What is going on? I'm sorry. This is why I wasn't on the commentary booth, because I didn't want to be saying this sort of thing. I'm going to mute myself.
All right. Well, in the meantime, while we are here in the rolling start, which is being created by Champ, we are also looking here at a new thing where everybody, for all the newcomers here, can see how the standings work for the tier 1 races. So it goes first to 35 points, and then down from there 30, 27, 25, 23, 20. You can make out how many things that's going over there. Felgast, in the meantime, unfortunately disconnected from the race, but he'll be back hopefully for the
just try that again quickly. Sorry.
It'll be hopefully back here once again for the...
Here we go. We're about to go
future.
racing here for the sprint race for round 4 of Motor Racing's GT5 Championship. We're just coming out of the last corner now. Champ's going to back the pack up, and then when he puts his foot down, we are going to be green and we're going to be underway. He's just going to try and catch him out here if he can. Bit of cat and mouse, and we are underway here for the sprint race. Champ puts his foot to the floor, and it looks like Ollie's made a fantastic start there from 4th place. He's already up the inside into turn 1. He's already going up there, flying up the inside, up into P2 maybe. No, has to back out of that one. He does to be up and over to P2. Fantastic start there from Ollie. Motu Morgan tucks in behind. We've got Smithy, Ozzy Albie, and then we've got right behind these guys, we've got Grandad Steve, Ayatel, John Boy, Oakbar's up into P9, side by side here, coming through the S's up the hill. And it looks like John Boy has got RDJ right behind him as well. H2 Malik and Mistake at the back of the field. Champ has got a good start here, but Ollie Marr an even better one. He's now going to start into the slipstream here, coming up the hill towards the chicane. You can see that he's in that slipstream there, getting right up his bumper. Has a little look to the inside, but has to think better of that one. But he's got Motor Morgan now pressuring him, so he's going to have to watch out here. All of these guys in a 3-car train coming out of the chicane.
Yeah, Champ having a big issue over here on his inside as he goes Olimar. Olimar trying to go through the inside. Is he going to make a move? Beautiful work from the cameraman. Olimar, however, is still there on his outside, and it is too wide. Champ closing the door very abruptly in front of Ollie. But well done, 1/10 away as Ollie doesn't take it, and he is still on the outside. There you go, you have Champ over there. And Motoring Morgan as well joining in on the battle. We are here 3 wide into turn 1. Let's see what's going to happen here as we see the two teammates almost collide, P3 and P4. We see Smithy and Motoring Morgan, who are both trying to go with the green car. We see there Motoring Morgan just about holding on to P4. As we see as well, Motoring Morgan going down, and Ozzy is behind him, and in the middle of the 2 green cars. He just made the move stick on the inside in between the 2 green cars. Absolutely incredible stuff over here as he is trying to make another move. Is he going for another move? Is it going to work though? There for Smithy, and Smithy holding on to that line here on the inside just behind Ozzy Elby.
Yeah, great stuff there from those guys. Can I just quickly ask, Deck Painter, have you got live pictures here? Or are you watching?
No, mine's a couple bit behind.
He's a couple of seconds behind. He's watching the stream live on Twitch. Maybe if you can show it to him through SharePlay, maybe that might work. But
I'll try and turn on my PS4 now. Just give me a second, boys.
In the meantime, we've got a very good battle here. Looks like Motor Morgan having a little look there to the inside of Smithy, but Smithy not taking it away. But it looks like he's got a little bit wide there, Motor Morgan, almost onto the curve. You've got to be very, very careful on that curve coming through the second to last corner here at Watkins Glen, because you never know what's going to happen there, and you can get a slowdown penalty very easily. As we see there, Ollie Marr taking the lead of the race up into P1. So it's been an unbelievable start to this race for Ollie. Went from 4th to 2nd
Ozzy on the inside.
and he's got around, and Ozzy Albie there, diving up the inside there of Motor Morgan. They look side by side, he can be someone. It looks like we've got Grandad Steve trying to get involved in this action as well. Ayatel on the left-hand side there.
That isn't Grandad Steve, that's STD something. I think he must be Portuguese or Brazilian or either one. But yeah, Jurino. Yeah, of course he's doing great stuff over there. going from I think what looked to be 6th or 7th, going into 4th place out of nowhere in that blue car. As we see there, a big crash all of a sudden. Well, not a big crash, but just big enough for a P2 to go down. I think that is Ollie who lost a lot of it, unfortunately. As we see there, STDRS Giurino going into the outside at this moment, trying to go through the outside from Motoring Morgan, and what looks to be Aussie Albi as well, our Australian. Is he going to go? He's taking a beautiful dive through the inside, but it's still not going to be enough. As we see there, Champ crashing into everybody, unfortunately, and that is the end of the race of a lot of people, unfortunately. That is very unfortunate, but STDRS, yeah, he got taken out.
Going for
Got taken out at least 4 or 5 cars there as well. It's God, it's an absolute mess back there. I can't
we got a
quite
replay of that.
who's involved.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a replay on it just later on, as we see their Champ and Motoring Morgan and Aussie having a battle there as well. Still, and obviously this is great news for Grandad Stee and Olimar. But honestly, I don't think this is how you want to win a race. Thank you, by the way, to all the 70 people watching live on YouTube and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Motive Racing. Make sure you subscribe and also follow us on Twitch live, as we see that Grandad Steve being almost overtaken by Olimar. Let's have a replay of that, of what happened, that huge crash from Smithy over there. Yeah. It took out a lot of people, but a lot of people were very lucky as well, just getting through the outside of that. But it's very, very, very unfortunate to see that sort of stuff happening as we go into that same corner. Grandad Steve going a bit wide. Yeah, we see that action for a second time over there. But yeah, STD Giorino very lucky to make it over there. As we see Aussie Albi just getting in front of Grandad Steve, making it a too wide into turn 1. This has been an incredible race so far, Andy, and Deck for the first time as well.
Yeah, it's been one crazy race, that's for sure. I'm just watching back the replay of the crash. It's just car in the middle of the road, collects a couple of cars, and my God, it is a big impact. It really is, and it's wrecked a few people's races.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but we're almost going to 3 wide, almost 4 wide, and there's a big crash going over there. Ollie, and oh my goodness me, Ollie turns around for at least 3 times, and that's Ozzy who crashed into him. Sorry to interrupt you there, Dak, but absolutely insane scenes over there. It looked like it was about to free wide. It looked like we were about to have a repetition of what happened there in Tier 2, but it didn't. It ended up into a lot worse. Those conditions ended a lot worse, as you see Grandad Steve and Motoring Morgan. Grandad Steve making a move through the outside, and he's on P2, and this is Aussie Albi trying to make a move through that. Motoring Morgan got left a little bit of space, but just very cleanly. Aussie Albi still looking through the inside, and he's there into the last corner, and now they're on to the main straight. That has been incredible stuff, ladies and gentlemen. As we look back into the replay of the big crash between Ollie and Aussie, let's look at that. Just about crashes, and then here Ollie, you just see him flip at least 1, 2, or even 3 times, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see that once again. You see him see them both crashing, both 3 wide. They want to go 3 wide, but it just couldn't happen. And you see that just about, as you see here, live features from what looks to be, I think, RDJ. Unlucky from him, but it absolutely insane stuff as you see it happen again. Once again, 3
we've
wide.
got 3 wide here coming up towards the chicane. It looks like Greta Steve's trying to make it 3 wide in the middle. It looks like we got Peanut up the inside there, and there's Aussie Albi going to try and hold it. He is indeed, but they're going to go side by side again. Aussie Albi and Greta Steve. Neither of these guys wants to back out of this one. Unbelievable. Motoring Morgan gets ahead of these guys now, but coming through this never-ending right-hander, the tyres are going to be absolutely screaming out, and you can see there Grandad Steve's got the position there, but Aussie Albi's still right up his bumper and not giving this one up for the time being.
Yeah, insane stuff. This was an insane battle, and finally I'm happy to say that the 3 wide thing finally worked again in that corner. You saw, like we just showed you, the 3 wide crash that happened over there, as we see Aussie Albi going a little bit wide, but this time Aussie Albi doesn't make a mistake in that 3 wide. He is in the last of the back, but at least they made it through cleanly. trust each other. Make sure you also, in the meantime, follow us on YouTube and on Twitch, and join our Discord if you want to be a piece of that action, because this was absolutely insane stuff here in Watkins, Glen. I called it in the beginning of the stream. I said there are some insane things that usually happen around this track, and they are. They've been happening already in Tier 2. A lot of battles have been happening, but in Tier 1, this event has been absolutely insane. So many crashes and a lot of flips, and I don't think we've seen this many flips in one race here in Motive Racing. Incredible stuff, Andy, and Deck as well. Sorry, I keep forgetting about you, Deck.
No worries. Not a problem. Yeah, guys, it's been a crazy race. A lot crazier than Tier 2. Crashes everywhere, and I've got a funny feeling there'll be a couple of drivers who have come out the wrong end of that and are not going to be happy, but it is what it is. They've got to move on, and they've got to try and fight for the positions now.
In the meantime, well said. In the meantime, you see Motoring Morgan and Champ trying to make a move through through the last turn. For the first turn now, they're almost going too wide. Grandad Steve, beautiful on board that we are having. He obviously enjoys the action that he's seeing, and that is Motoring Morgan making the move beautifully. He just he broke very late, and obviously that led him getting into P1, and Champ is now back into P2. Let's see again on that replay what happened with that free wide action. And this is not the Tier 2 race. This is the Tier 1 race that you're seeing here at the moment. But yeah, here you see them at the end of that. Beautiful stuff here from those three drivers that you're seeing here live on the action, as Grandad Steve is trying to make a move on it, but thinks better of it and gets broke very early on that. But yeah, he's losing it. He's losing it. Very unfortunate stuff that's happening here at the moment.
Yeah, Champ down to P2. Motoring Morgan there getting the best of that exit out of the chicane. And Aussie Albie now finding himself in P3, very close to these guys. We've seen Aussie Albie putting in the times in the practice session, doing bits in the build-up to this race, and now he finds himself in a position where he might be able to take the challenge to these top two guys, Motoring Morgan and Champ. Champ had the lead of the race, ended up losing that lead, had a couple of little blips here on the last couple of laps, and as you can see now, this could be a three-man battle for the lead. Very unfortunate there for Grandad Stedo losing out there on that lap.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ozzy. He made such a great move. No, sorry, Grandad Steve made such a great. He was holding on so well, and then he just spins it, unfortunately, over there. But Champ's been on Motoring Morgan's rear already for the last couple of laps, from lap 10 up to lap 15. It's been an incredible race so far, ladies and gentlemen. As we see, I mean, Champ, let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to have a look through the inside, maybe through the outside? We don't know. But this is usually one of those corners where you have the great slipstream and where you can make a move very easily. But Champ doesn't do it. Champ thinks of it a little bit better. Tries to... Oh no, that is Motoring Morgan who's going quite wide. And he's lost the position. And that is Champ who's back into the lead. This is not how you want to lose the lead.
Morgan just getting a little bit of snap oversteer on the exit of the chicane and gifting the lead back to our American. But Morgan's still there in the slipstream. But you could just see the nerves probably getting the better of these guys here as they approach what is the final third of the race. And as you can see, they know what's at stake here. Champ making his debut in Tier 1 for the GT5s here at Motive. Just goes to show how much of an effort he must have put in this last week to be right up there with these guys at the front. Motoring Morgan has had a couple of wins already this season. He knows what it takes to finish in P1 in this championship. Champ has not had that experience, but he's definitely got the talent, and he's showing that here on the track this evening. And while these two battle it out, whereas the Aussie Albie is closing that gap all the time. Sat within 2 seconds now of these two while they dice and try and sort it out on the track here.
Yeah, Champ is P1, gets his position back, but for how long? A lot of people have crashed. A lot of unfortunate events. I feel like the Marshals are going to have a heck of a time tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's been a little bit of a laggy lobby tonight, I must say. It's but the racing that we've had has been good within the circumstances, and I think we need to look at getting this problem sorted out, the lag problem sorted out.
ALTEL, sorry to interrupt you, but ALTEL. Oh no, Ollie Moore spins it.
Yeah, Ollie's lost it coming out of the chicane. We've got a yellow flag there. Looks like he might have had a collision there with ALTEL. and he's now going to find himself falling back into the clutches here of STDRS. STDRS is trying to defend here from Ugbar. This is lap 11 of this race here, round 4 of Motor Racing's GT5 Championship, and it looks like Ugbar is closing onto the back of these guys now. Ollie.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, just watching Ollie Mars off there, and he sort of went a bit wide. It looks like he took too much of the curb, and though they're quite big curves through that chicane, but it looks like he's gone right across the grass. It's like he's almost missed the chicane and then spun out in the infield because he can't get the car turned. So that was quite a strange one, was that one?
STDRS in the meantime being on the outside into turn 1. He is now P7 in front of ALTEL, and he breaks very late, obviously, in front of Olimar, and Olimar obviously loses that position and might actually be losing it as well to Ugbar. I don't know how this is going to end, but it looks like it's going to be an interesting one so far. Ugbar obviously enjoying what's happening in the moment, STDR as well enjoying what's happening, because Olimar for some reason lost a lot of positions and a lot of time over there.
He definitely did. He's had a torrid couple of laps there, but Olimar is now definitely falling back into the clutches of our Flying Dutchman. It's gone from bad to worse. Ollie had a collision with Champ earlier on in the race. He dropped back. He was leading the race for a couple of laps. Made a fantastic start, but it's all gone wrong here in this sprint race. And now you can see that he's trying to limit the damage here. Damage limitation for Olimar. He's pulling right up to the back of SDDRS. Sorry, Deckpain, you were going to say.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, Ollie had a really, really good qualifying session, and I'm not sure what's happened in the race. Obviously, strategy may have not worked, or...
As you speak about Ellie, he's losing it. He's losing it. Sorry to interrupt you there. He lost it almost. He wanted to get in front of STDRS, but he didn't manage to do it. But he managed to save himself just about. That was incredible. That's an incredible save. Ollie is usually always great of keeping it off the barriers, even if he slips it. But gosh, that was dangerous from him, especially if you wanna be in front of STDRS, who had a horrible race. I mean, he had a great start, and then he manages to be into one of the first places, and it's very unfortunate to see that happen. But Olimar, I don't know what's happening with him in straight, but he tends to lose a lot of time in this straight over here. Maybe it might not be it might not be a good strategy on what he has on the straights. Do you know anything about strategy, Deck?
I'm not sure really. It's sort of...
Oh, he crashes it out. As I say that, commentator's curse. He hits it against the wall. Oh my goodness,
yeah, it looks like
this is not what you want to see.
Looks like there he's done exactly what he did on the previous lap, catching that inside curb, spinning it all the way round, and then he's not been able to save that one because the slide was just too big. That's very unfortunate, but he's struggling to keep that car on the road at the moment.
Motoring Morgan and Champ in the meantime, the 1-2 that do not have a penalty yet, so this is all to play for the podium and for what's happening on track, rather than any positions lost, any people losing into any positions. I can't get my words out. But yeah, Motoring Morgan having a look through the outside, and Champ as well having a look through the outside. That's a little bit cheeky from Champ, because ruling usually states that, in races that you can, if you're on the defense, that you can only move at least once to change. I don't know if he's done that before, but yeah, a little bit cheeky from Champ. I don't know if Motoring Morgan has anything to say about that. However, the only thing that Motoring Morgan probably has is that he is very frustrated against what's happening here at the moment. Andy, what do you think so far of the P1 and the P2 here?
Yeah, I think the Champ is pushing the limits to try and keep in this position. He's had the lead for a lot of this race, and he doesn't want to lose it now. We're coming on to the last lap, and Morgan has the experience in this league. He's raced with us all season here for the Tier 1 of GT5 Championship, and he's going to be wanting to stamp his authority here on Champ and show the new boy how it's done. But for the time being, the new boy's killing it. Currently driving fantastically well and holding his nerve.
Yeah, sorry, I tried to correct you, but I corrected you wrongly. Like I say, I'll never correct you ever again. Yeah, it is the last lap, Andy. My apologies on that. But yeah, absolutely insane stuff. We hope that we can see some more insane stuff here in the last lap. Obviously, they're trying to defend their position over here. It's some great stuff here, as we see here through the outside. Is Motoring Morgan going to make a make a move still, he has to, or he needs to at least play a little bit of mind games if he wants to get that position.
This is it. We're into the final half of a lap here for round 4 of Motor Racing's GT5 Championship. Champ has got it. Motoring Morgan wants it as we come now towards the second to last corner. Has Motoring Morgan got any tricks up his sleeve here in the final part of this race? It looks like Champ has pulled out half a second here on this final lap, and now it's just about this last 2 corners. It looks like Champ has got it in the bag as he comes out of the final turn here at Watkins Glen, and he is going to take the checkered flag here with the sprint for round 4 of our GT5 Championship. Great stuff there from Champ. Motoring Morgan brings it over in second position. Aussie Albi's going to complete the podium. Good stuff there from him. Unfortunate in the last couple of laps. RDJ had a bit of a anonymous race there, coming out in 4th place. We got Steve completing the top 5. Peanuts coming around the final turn in 6th place. TDRS, a good Tier 1 debut for him in 7th position. Still right up the chuff of ATL as they come over the line to complete the race.
Ugbar,
Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Into P8.
Coming over the line in...
Yeah, I was just saying it for you, buddy. Coming into P8. H2 Malik trying to survive into P9.
She could see my face right now. I'm just... I'm just going to send a photo of my face when you did that. That's quite funny.
Sorry. Yeah, in the meantime, we see Ollie there in P10. He's the only one that doesn't have a penalty. Insane race, ladies and gentlemen.
It was a very, very good race. Champ takes the win. If you ask me, fully deserved. Like I say, I'm not sure what was happening on the back straight there. He was sort of swiding across Motoring Morgan, trying to block his lines a little bit, which technically in league racing you shouldn't be allowed to do, but I do see people do it quite a lot. However, it's good to see Champ get another win in these Ginettas.
Yeah, I mean, thanks Deck for also helping us here in the commentator booth. We'll see if we can get Champ, Motoring, and Aussie into the commentator section. Usually Aussie doesn't talk a lot, but yeah, if you guys can go to the waiting room or into the waiting list to be interviewed, it is there in the Motive Racing Discord channel. We also want to interview maybe some other people like Falguest. I wonder what his race was, what he was thinking of.
He disconnected.
Yeah, he disconnected
before the race
on.
started, so that was a very unfortunate for Falguest there. And also the same situation, I think, with Honey Badger disconnected in the formation. Lots of guys who I'm sure will be looking to, or will have a point to prove here coming up in the feature race. Stay tuned, guys. We'll hopefully get a couple of guys in the interview room. But if we can't, we will have a hell of a feature race here lined up very, very shortly. And it will be another qualifying session. The top 5 from the sprint will not be able to qualify. So it throws an extra element into the race and really spices up the action. We're going to get Deck Paint invited into the actual room so we can get him eyes on the track. So what Deck Paint can do, Deck Paint, would you be alright to, if you could be the pit monitor guy, you could ride on board with people without us actually having to switch the camera angles. So then if you were riding on board with people, you can give us a third eye if you like, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool way of doing it. We could, you could be like a sort of another set of eyes on the track, and what you're seeing wouldn't be on the broadcast, so it wouldn't matter.
Right, okay, cool. So I can just keep an eye out if any action's happening on track, and you guys can flick it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like a spotter type of thing.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah, not a problem.
Any drivers that want to have a talk with us here on the waiting list, let's talk. If not, congratulations to our winner, and we'll see you guys later.
Gonna make a new room.
every single time. For fuck's sake. Give us a second, champ. In the meantime, while we are waiting for the new lobby to start for our feature race, we have we have Champ over here. How you doing, Champ? All right, Champ. I'll just put your volume a little bit higher. Yeah. So congratulations, Champ. How does it feel to be? I mean, it was an insane race. Over there. How was it from your perspective? Yeah, I mean you've done great. Especially for I mean it was insane, especially for such an eventful race. How does it feel? I mean I don't know how to say it. You've were incredibly good. Trying to hold off, and you two were one of the only two drivers that didn't have a single a single penalty. You guys drove very cleanly. Not to mention fairly, and you guys left each other space. But were you scared, or were you worried at one point that you thought, oh, he'll surely take me right now, or was there any nothing of that? Wait, let's see. Yeah, of course.
You looked like you were coming into the race quite aggressively. Obviously, we saw the battle between you and Motor and Morgan. What was your thinking, especially coming down into the chicane, which is a classic overtaking opportunity around Watkins Glen? What was your thinking when Motor and Morgan was trying to push you on that last lap?
Just defend the line if he gets close, and just really do everything you can to keep him behind you.
Oh yeah, that's fine, Seb. You carry on, mate.
What's your mentality for this? I mean, for the whole race, did you think, were you sure you would win this, or because we saw a lot of crashes? Was there at any point where you thought winning this race would be impossible?
No, really, all I knew, I just had to keep it clean, which I did, and I was there at the end, and easy. So Yeah. All you have to do is just keep it clean, not lose the slipstream. That's very overpowered in a race like this, and you'll be set.
Fair enough. So a lot of confidence from you. Is there anybody that you're kind of worried about when you raced against them, or is it?
No. If you go back and look at the qualifying, I'm pretty sure that just says it all. 7/10 clear of the field.
So you'd consider yourself a very humble person.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, champ, you did great. Any strategy going forward? Going on to this feature?
No strategy. Just keep it clean. Do the back markers. Try not get tangled up in any incidents, and just make sure don't take any unnecessary risks. And just be there at the end.
I was just thinking, while we're on stream, Seb, I think we all need to have a race between all the winners this year. On all the leagues, just a suggestion, but I don't know if Champ would be up for it or anything like that. All the winners from each race all go into a big pot and have a big showdown. I don't know if there are any objections to that. Champ, what do you think?
I actually proposed something like that a little while back, so...
Eb, I don't know what you think about that, mate, but I think it's a relatively good idea.
We'll see if we can put it in one of the suggestion box. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, incredible stuff so far. Champ, thank you so much for having us. We're sorry that we caught you a bit late. I just saw it from a comment from Bowie, so that you were in the list. So I'm sorry for being
leaving him out.
Yeah, for leaving you out just for a second there.
It's all good. Really very humbled to be able to, I guess, be interviewed after something like this. I mean, I know places I've raced at before don't really do this kind of stuff because, for whatever reason. So I'm very glad we have this very professional environment that we can race in.
Well, thank you. We'll go
it's
back
great
on
to
our.
hear, Champ. Thanks very much for coming along, talking to me and Seb. It's really appreciated. Hopefully, guys, all should be good going towards the race. We're starting to just get everybody ready. Shouldn't be too long before we get going. Should be about another 4 or 5 minutes roughly, just to make sure. Champ, thanks very much for joining us, mate. It's really appreciated. We'll let you go and get ready. So if you, there he is, he's gone. So we're all ready for the race, guys. Stick around and we'll see you in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be right back. Mate, Deck, nobody can hear you at this point. I can't even hear you, but let me add you for something. I'll add you very quickly. Give me a second, buddy. I need to add you because Thingy can't join. So let me join you in a different thing. Mate, leave the session. I'll invite you for something, alright? Give me a second, mate. Leave the project cast lobby. I'll invite. Mate, leave.
Barefoot in a bottle of wine. You can stay with me tonight. You don't have to change when I'm around you. So go ahead and say what's on your mind, on your mind. When you and me, no judgment. You can get that from anyone else. You don't have to prove nothing. You can just be yourself. When you and me, no judgment. We can get that from everyone else. And we don't have to prove nothing. When you and me, no judgment. When you and me, no judgment. We don't have to prove nothing. When you and me, no judgment. I get us breakfast in the morning. Or you can slip out in the night. You don't have to give me a warning. Cause we both got nothing to hide, nothing to hide. Even though we don't talk for a couple of months, yeah, it's like we didn't lose any time. I could be a lover or your shoulder to cry on. You can be whoever you like. Oh, when you and me, no judgment. You can get that from anyone else. You don't have to prove nothing. You can just be yourself. When you and me, no judgment. We can get that from everyone else. And we don't have to prove nothing. When you and me, no judgment. When you and me, no judgment. We don't have to prove nothing. When you and me, no judgment. I hope we never change, even though we both know that we'll move on again. I'll keep your secret safe until the time we both find ourselves alone again. Oh, when you and can get that from everyone else. You don't have to prove nothing. You can just be yourself. When you and me, no judgment. We can get that from everyone else. We don't have to prove nothing. When you and me, no judgment.
I feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Oh, oh. I've seen it. See my colors start to glow. Oh, oh. I'm dealing business on my phone. Doing good all on my own. Knew I had it all along. Steady like a metronome. You know I'm gonna be somebody. No, I don't really need nobody. I know I'm gonna be, know I'm gonna be, know I'm gonna be somebody. 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 I hear it calling out my name. I know I'm here to change the game. I'm dealing business on my phone, doing good all on my own. Knew I had it all along, steady like a metronome. You know I'm gonna be somebody. No, I don't really need nobody. I know I'm gonna be, know I'm gonna be, know I'm gonna be somebody. Know I'm gonna be somebody. Know I'm gonna be somebody. Know I'm gonna be somebody.
Mate, I don't think we're on air. I don't think we're on air. Nah. It's just says be right back on the stream. We're not on air.
Underneath the white light, gold clouds in the sky. There's just another plan that you don't prepare. Calm down your soul through the night's wind. I can smell your perfume from me. Oh, I'm just trying to explain my feeling. And the emotion comes out. Words are drowning out space. Spiders keep my skin. Talking lies I can't resist. Though you know I lose my mind. I lose my mind. I think my system is overloaded. came in, but I don't pretend that you understand. Ooh, and I know that it's wrong, but it's all in my head. I think my system is so corroded, 'cause I really want your body. There is a person in your heartbeat, but I wanna hear your honey. You got me like oh, 'cause I really want your body. You got me like oh, but I wanna hear your honey.
Diamonds.
after a long time of waiting, we are finally back, ladies and gentlemen, with 5-minute qualifying in opposed to usually a 10-minute qualifying as normal. I'm back here with Andy and Deck, who is our special
that's dirty. You've done me dirty. I just said to Seb in the build-up there, guys. I just said to him, don't just suddenly spring it upon us. Count us in. Give us a countdown, Seb. Don't just suddenly jump in while I'm talking.
There is two of us today.
I kid you not. I'm sat there talking to Deck, and Seb just goes, "Oh, we're back once again. Welcome back, everybody.
I didn't
We're
have
finally
time,
here
mate.
for the feature race."
It was just such a huge mess as we see someone crashing out into the distance. The great thing about this is as well, we now have, I think, Deck, you're connected to my share play at the moment. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, I've got live images, so that helps a little bit. And it looks like just behind Falguest, there's a couple of guys fighting for track position by the looks of things, trying to get ready for the first laps of this qualifying session. Remember, guys, I think it's the top 5, isn't it, who came in the previous race, cannot qualify in this session. They have to stay in the pit lane. So that gives an advantage to the guys who are in the lower end of the field in the first race, gives them a chance to have a go at this qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting feature race. It's not the way that we wanted to have it. This whole Grand Prix has been kind of a mess, Andy. I think you can vouch for that as well. But it's going to be a good one anyway. We're here with 12 of our best drivers so far, and yeah, we thank Deck for being our special guest today.
No problem.
We'll see as well. Maybe one of the people that also wanted to join is maybe Bowie. Maybe he can join us and talk about his mentality about what has been going on, as well as his tier 2 race, obviously, because Deck and Bowie have raced both here in tier 2. Maybe they can talk a little bit about what happened at this point, at this very moment. Let's see. Let's see about the rest. However, we are still following Falguest. They have 5 minutes as opposed to 10, Andy.
Yeah, so a little bit of less time for these guys to get their tyres warm and get their cars in the optimum range. It's going to be a bit of a shootout here. Most of these guys are going to get 2 laps, maybe some of them 3 laps. Depends on how quickly they manage to get out of the pits at the start of the session. But currently, Ollie, Mar, Smithy, ASL, the first guys to properly get a lap out in anger. H2 Max so gets one forward. John Boy might have had a bit of a mishap there on his lap. Falguest currently riding with him as he comes through the chicane. Vizenkop says, "Hi everyone, can I join this race?" Well, Vizenkop, unfortunately, you won't be able to join this one. We're already getting underway here for feature race. But if you want to get involved with Motive Racing, all you need to do is go to the description and click on our Discord link.
It's at the about sign. Just a quick thing. If that's on YouTube, it's on the about sign. Just a quick correction over there. Just hop on our channel, and then you'll see a link on that. Just so he doesn't get confused and he doesn't see anything on the description at the moment. We want to have new people. Obviously, we want to have people enjoy motive racing as much as we do. We thank however everybody who's watching currently. Yeah, Ollie Moore there with a 120 flat almost. It will be an interesting race, however, to see how people are going to react on 21 laps. It should have been 27, but obviously time is money, and we're running a little bit out of time. Oh, that's a great line. I'm going to use that on the script next time. Anyway. Yeah, is it not? Is it not a great line? That's a great sentence. So,
Ollie Mar, into the barriers in the inside,
and he's lost it as well.
Well, he's not going to get another lap in. Shame there, but looks like he got a little bit. Not sure about what you guys take on it. Was that? But it looks like he got a bit tangled up coming through the chicane there and just didn't get the right exit. a shame overlapping. Stays P2 for now. There are still other drivers out on track.
Smithy goes P1.
On at the moment, can he go any faster? That's the question. He's coming down into the corner, second to last corner, going a little bit wide. Gets over the curb, almost has to correct the car into the last corner.
Yeah, is he going to make it? However, is he going to better his thing? He
No,
is.
he's bailed out. Smithy's bailed out on that attempt. So it's like
out.
John Boy and DJ Phil are the only guys who might be able to stake a claim to pole here. It looks like with obviously the top 5 can't qualify. Motor Morgan as who's that? Somebody else has actually not turned out that time. It might be Grandad Steeler, hasn't? As we see H2 Malik here out of the last turn over the line and not an improvement.
Yeah, he is. It is an improvement.
Yeah, he is. P3.
Third.
And then we see here John as well, back into 5th. They're still doing their stuff. DJ Phil in the meantime as well. He is up to 6th, which is a really good position for DJ.
That's the end of the qualifying session. So some results will come up in a second. We've got Smithy on pole, Ollie Marr 2nd, H2 Malik 3rd, Iatel 4th, John Boy 5th, DJ Phil 6th, Motory Morgan 7th, Falguest 8th, RDJ 9th, Aussie Albi 10th, Grandad Steve 11th, and Champin 12th.
Very interesting stuff. Usually, Andy, what I like to do with you is I like to talk to you about who our top 3 is going to be. So who would you put your money on these 3 drivers at this point?
For this race, I think the winner of this race is going to be Aussie Albi. I believe that he was unlucky in the sprint race not to get the win. Starting in 10th is going to be difficult, but for some reason I've just got a funny feeling about Albi in this one. He had a great round last week at Sugo, took the double in that one, drove flawlessly. And this time around, not quite so good, but I think he's got a lot of pace around this Watkins Glen short track. I've raced with him wheel to wheel, just in casual public lobbies on project cars too. So for me, I think Albi is going to take the win. I think Smithy will come 2nd, and Ollie complete the podium, I reckon.
Yeah, it will be an interesting one. I can see Smithy and Ollie taking it. H2 Malik may be very lucky. Well, he's not lucky. He's a good driver. He might take the podium as well.
I think Malik can win it personally with the lap time that he put in last time. If he can keep consistent lap times like that, I've got my money on him. I think DJ Phil as well, coming 6th. I'm not sure, don't know much about him, but from the driving that I've just seen, I think he could easily come in the top 3 if the other guys make a couple of mistakes, and potentially Motor and Morgan as well could get into the top 3 as well. So it's a very wide open field, and it's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, I think also one that I've made, Peanut ASL starting. He finished outside the top 5 in a sprint race, so he was able to qualify, and he are potentially out of position here in this qualifying session. Anything can happen, and we're about to find out when these lights go out, and we're about to go racing here at Watkins Glen for the feature race for round 4 of our GT5 championship here at Motive Racing. When the 5 lights go out, we'll be underway.
Yeah, very interesting.
And lights are out, away we go. It's a great start there on the right hand. Up post Smithy straight away coming into turn 1. Looks like H2 Malik's got a good start as well. Peanut there in 4th place. DJ Phil is looking to the outside here of Falguest into turn 1. As it looks like Ollie Marr leads us around turn 1. We got Smithy there right up his trumpet though. Ollie Marr with a little bit of a wobble coming out of turn 1, and now Smithy's going to go side by side. Going to think about it. He's going to move left and right, but he can't get by him for the time being coming through the S.
Yeah, Falguest in the mid. Oh, there's going to be a big battle here at the back. We see Motoring Morgan and somebody's crashing into.
We got a car off in the background involving Aussie Albi. I'm not sure who the other guy was.
Yeah, Ollie Marr in the meantime
side by
is
side
going
for the lead.
Yeah, sorry, Ollie Marr is going to have an issue here. We see Smithy taking that position. Obviously, Ollie Marr go on the outside. That's always a big negative if you want to overtake on that. He wants to make sure he defends, but he's losing a lot of time against Smithy at the moment. We'll see what will happen here because Smithy is doing a really great job, as we see almost going too wide over there, but nothing could happen. In the meantime, there might be too wide here in the next corner. Only 1/10 remaining.
Yeah, you can see that Ollie's really attacking here, but H2 Malik's creeping equation. You see him get a little bit of curb there on the exit, second to last corner. But Ollie Marr has got it hooked up here at the start of this race. Took the lead straight off the line off of Smithy, but Smithy in the end was having none of it. Got straight back past him coming up towards the chicane. They were side by side for a number of corners, and it's good to see them keeping it clean. As we come into turn one now, we've got Malik coming under some pressure from Peanut. Falguest running in fifth position. RDJ looks like he's being passed on the inside by Motoring Morgan, and Motoring Morgan does take the position up into P6. Sprint race winner Champ running in PA at the moment. Granstein just behind him. We got Ozzy Albie. Not made a great start so far. I had my money on him as a dark horse for the win in this race, but it's not gone to plan so far for him. DJ Phil dropping back and John Boy at the back of the pack.
Smithy in the meantime having a lot of trouble here. Is he going to have any move? Ollie Marr takes the outside. That's usually not an overtaking corner. Is he going to do it, however? Is he going to defy all the odds? No, he isn't. In the meantime, we're looking at ALTEL in the back. He obviously enjoys what's happening over there as he makes...
Yeah, Peanut up into P3, making some inroads here on lap 2. You can see he's got past H2, Malik and Falguest, and now he's eyeing up the battle for the lead. But Ollie Marr gets a little bit of a sideways there. Tap on Smithy, and now that's going to allow
They're too wide. They're too wide.
Going too wide. Unbelievable stuff. Looks like Smithy and Peanut are going to go side by side coming towards the second to last corner. Who's going to back out of this one? Peanut late on the brakes. Up into P1. Has he overshot the corner? No, he looks like he's judged it absolutely perfectly and got the position there. So ALTEL passing 2 cars in one straight there. Unbelievable. Just got it absolutely hooked up coming out of that right-hander, and he now has P1 to show for it. Great stuff from ALTEL.
That is an absolutely great move. I mean, coming down the back straight... It's crazy that he managed to get past 2 cars. Yes, they were being slowed up by other cars that they're racing against, but that is one hell of a move, is that. Really is. And deservedly in P1 at the moment.
Yeah, ALTEL in the meantime looking kind of safe from Smithy. Sorry to interrupt you there, Andy, constantly. But yeah, ALTEL, it might actually be almost a free wide here once again. It happened before. It might happen again. No, it isn't, because
it's going to happen again. I sense it. They're going to go free.
Ooh, just about. Just about.
ALTEL goes very wide though, right across the grass.
Yeah, ALTEL's going to get a slowdown penalty for that one. Back off massively after cutting the inside of the chicane on the exit. And now Smithy is right behind him as Peanut tries to serve his slowdown penalty. You can see we're going to go side by side here. This is the place where Peanut passed Smithy on the inside the last lap, and it looks like Smithy's going to return the favour here. Pulls out to the right-hand side. Is he going to have the inside line and the corner? It looks like he does. Smithy makes the move, and is he going to overshoot the corner? No. Pulls the exact same move that Peanut pulled on him last lap around. So the tables have well and truly turned. In the meantime, we've got Ollie trying to defend from H2 Malik coming out of the final turn, and Falguest just watching this unfold in front of him.
Yeah, Falguest looking obviously at what is happening there. He obviously enjoys the top 4, trying to go through the inside.
Oh, there's a car over the curb. Who's that in front?
That's H2 Malik. That's H2 Malik. He crashes out.
Malik's lost it.
To be fair, guys, I saw that happening straight away. H2 Malik right across the curb. You could see from the onboard with Falguest.
Yeah, sorry if you're experiencing a bit of lag. It should be all okay now. But let's look at that once again here in the replay. As you can see here, ALTEL as well. Oh, they're going too wide, but obviously Smithy is taking that very nicely. Yeah, you can see that just about here. That's so unfortunate. Once you clip that, it's done. And that's very unfortunate.
As soon as you go over a big curb like that, it doesn't matter it's wide or small, it is going to cost you, and it paid Malik paid the price there.
Yeah, I mean, Falguest is looking at this battle and is looking great. We see someone crashing out of there. We see someone crashing over there. I think that is Smithy. It is Smithy who crashed just against the wall, and obviously Falguest is enjoying this really a lot, considering that he's at the back 7/10 away. He is safe from this battle, safe enough that if anything were to go wrong, he would take that position very easily.
Motoring Morgan's into the pits for his mandatory pit stop, going to try and get the jump on these guys up ahead of him whilst they battle it out. He's going to have his foot to the floor in clean air and try and make some gains here. I'm sure he'll be setting purple sector times in clean air. So that's one to keep an eye on, Motoring Morgan.
It looks like Smithy's going to have the slipstream on Ollie Marr. He's moved out to the inside. This could be a pass down into the hairpin on the inside.
Let's see what's going to happen here. We see Smithy taking the inside from Ollie Marr, but it is not finished yet. ALTEL crossing the grass. And that is Smithy on the outside, he Tokyo drifts it just about and then clips it on the grass. Very beautifully done, but he goes very wide, and then we are about to go free wide.
Going to go straight through the middle of them.
Yeah, we're going to be about 3 wide over here. Let's see what will happen over here. I mean, Ollie just beautifully. He doesn't have to worry about that one bit anymore. In the meantime, we see Smithy, however, into a lot of a lot of issues, and Felgast obviously taking that very nicely. We see Olimar already going into the pits. Just as Smithy. No, it is. Is it Smithy? Yes, it is Smithy. You're right. Smithy. Yeah. They are both going into the pits, and obviously this is going to be an interesting turn of events, seeing what will happen over there. And obviously ALTEL can brief a little bit here into lap 6 out of 21. Absolutely incredible weekend here today so far. Andy, what are your thoughts so far?
It's been an electric start to the weekend, and we're seeing here that Smithy, Smithy, Ollie, all these guys coming into the pits on the same lap, so they're going to get no respite or breathing space, because they're going to still be fighting each other as soon as they come out of the pits. Where's Motoring Morgan come out in relation to these guys? He's come out actually a few seconds down, so he's lost out a little bit. But Ollie coming out 2 seconds up the road from Smithy. So now he's got the chance to really show what he can do, and his real opponent now is ALTEL.
Quite interesting that though, that Motoring Morgan has come out in the same position that he went into the pit lane, so that's quite interesting. So he's, I think he's played his pit stop quite right, and hopefully he can, well, he's in range to chase down the leaders now.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're still looking here as well at Smithy. He is trying to make sure that he will get in front of Olimar, but he is losing a lot of time here. Is he going to control? Is he able to control his car? I think so, but he had a little bit of an issue here coming out of that corner.
Yeah, he's lost some time to Ollie in the pit stops. I don't know if he got held up in the box or what happened. Maybe they were taking too long to put the tyres on, but he's dropped 2 or 3 seconds behind him, and they were absolutely bumper before.
We've got RDJ, ALTEL, and Falges all in the pit lane. The top 3 are in. Gonna give Olimar the lead.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're still looking at... Wow, this is a quick pit stop over here. Falgast needs to wait, however, for the rest to turn out. This is very unfortunate to see here. Smithy, in the meantime, let's see what he's up to. Trying to catch Olimar, and he's actually able to do so just a little bit. But Olimar still looks like he's quite safe and sound just for the moment.
Yeah, doing a solid job and keeping this lead, keeping the gap to Smithy for the time being. He's really not put a foot wrong in this race so far. And we saw him lead a couple of laps in the sprint race. It all went wrong that time. But Ollie's hopefully learned his lessons in this one. He's got longer to keep his head together, though. So he really needs to keep logging these laps in and stay consistent.
Yeah, stay consistent. He is still staying consistent, however, nowadays. At least in this race. We'll see what will happen right now. Is Olimar going to be able to do something? In the meantime, let's look back onto the replay, what happened here. Yeah, it's still, I think it is this crash that happened just about. As we are going to do something just very quickly. There we go. Sorry. In the meantime, let's see what's happening here once again. Yeah, both of them going straight into the pits after that as well. Absolutely.
Morgan has capitalised from this big time. He's got his way up into P3.
Yeah.
He obviously played pit stop right, and Olimar and Smithy has pitted, but he's basically got net second of the race so far, because Olimar is still to pit.
Jesus Christ, sorry mate. Yeah, you're... Yeah, sorry. I accidentally made a mistake over there. I'm sorry for the people watching the stream. It's been kind of a hectic stream so far. Motoring Morgan, we see here ALTEL in the back, who is in a lot of trouble at the moment. ALTEL...
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's coming under pressure from RDJ. He's managed to hold it.
Yeah, he's going quite wide. And RDJ takes full advantage of that, obviously. RDJ with a great move through the inside.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to ALTEL there. It looked like he just got the car a bit squared up, similar to... I can't remember who it was earlier, going over the curbs and spinning out. Similar to that, just taking too much curb again. Even though the curbs are quite big round this track, you can barely touch them.
Yeah.
And I tell he's struggling with that car because he's just run wide again. So
Yeah, it looks like he's got a bit of understeer in that. Really struggling to get it turned in.
Yeah,
And maybe he's just gone the wrong way with the setup there. You can see, especially coming through that second, that really looked like that was hard work. He's probably on full lock trying to get that car turned in. Let's have a look and see how he goes through turn one. You
he's
can
gone
see, yeah,
wide,
it's just
slightly wide
yeah, those
again.
bumps. Yeah, he's just getting those bumps, and there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, let's go into full replay mode just for a second as we fix this. Obviously, having some issues over there. I don't know if we can just about show it once again.
As we see Ollie Marr coming up onto this, to a back mark. I think that's John Boy here. John Boy is going to have to move over and let Ollie through because he has got traffic behind him. And there we go. Good stuff there from John Boy. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
was, I think John Boy was slightly in the wrong there. I'm not gonna lie. He sort of stick to you mean Ollie's got past now, but that could have ended in tears. Could have that because John Boy basically was taking through that corner. Should have backed off.
Someone
He's
crashed.
got behind him.
Someone
Somebody's
crashed
crashed.
out. Yeah, somebody's at the back. I think that's DJ Phil who's completely at the back over there. Is he against the wall? It looks like he is. Yeah, he is.
Oh, we got a yellow flag coming through the final sector here. Or is that the final sector? No,
Actually,
it's
up on
sector two.
the he's actually
Sector two.
up on the road that leads to the rest of the GP layout. So he's
bizarre.
parked out the way nice and safe. But,
DJ Phil has gone the wrong way here in the feature race. Incredible scenes. I don't know if he's had a little bit too much to drink, but he's gone the wrong way and taken to the escape road. Maybe he just had enough. I don't know. Hopefully he'll be signing autographs to the fans who are probably delighted to see him parked up by the track. But in the meantime, we're riding with John Boy here, who's got Ollie just in front of him, having lapped him. Next up is Motor and Morgan, and then we've got Smithy, who's still having to defend from Ollie.
Yeah,
Look at side by side coming up to us again. Here we go.
Go trackside and watch this battle. Smithy having to defend from RDJ. RDJ's round the outside. Can Smithy do the comeback though? I think he has. Where's RDJ gone? He's gone off the track. He's lost it, and Smithy takes the place.
Yeah, obviously Smithy.
Great race.
Obviously Smithy looking like he owns the track. He's been all just completely at the front the whole race, sort of. And obviously this is a great way of showing what you can do here in the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. Obviously, I mean he's one of the
Smithy
drivers.
into the wall, and he always disappeared.
Yeah, he's
disconnected.
He's disconnected. No, that is not what you want. Oh my goodness.
Nothing there for Smithy.
I was gonna say he just suddenly ended up driving into the side of the wall. I was like, wow, how's he missed the apex for that corner? So, that's a real shame because he was on a right charge.
Yeah, I'll tell in the meantime, seeing if you can make a move here for Falgast. Very unfortunate. Maybe we can get a comment from Smithy. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we'll see if we
Let's
can.
hope he doesn't swear on the stream though.
I got a sensor beep just in case. Yeah, in the meantime, we're still looking at ALTEL. Is he going to make a move? He is gaining a lot of time on Falgast. Still not his best lap delta, but it doesn't matter apparently, as Falgast is looking like he loses it a little bit on the rear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ayatel just struggling out that corner. We were on the onboard with him, and yeah, I'm not sure. He just didn't quite. We've seen a lot of people make mistake through that at the exit of the chicane today into that hairpin.
Yeah,
just not getting the right line.
Yeah, obviously Felgast can take a little bit of a breather over there. As we see, he's still waiting to make a move. We are already a little bit above the half of our feature race. As one of the back markers is currently as well in the pits, or is that could be Smithy, whose car is in the pits at the moment. Yeah.
And let's see, he's disconnected.
Oh no, that's a real. I mean, Grandad Steve. I'm not sure what he was doing in the race. I think what was he P8 9?
Yeah, but he
yeah, it hadn't really gone to plan for this one, unfortunately. But probably quite a welcome disconnection for him. I don't know if we can get a word with Smithy and Grandad Steve. If we can get them in the Discord call, that would be really cool. But
let's see if we can.
Not, You know,
They're
it's
still
fine.
not on the rating list, but we'll see if we can because we're on our way. They should be online. Let's see if we can.
Commentating. Oh, there's a car off at the top. I'm not sure who that was ahead. I think it was a back marker. I think it was John Boy. Just going massively wide out of the corner there. That was a real shame. Not sure. I think it was Motoring Morgan trying to get past him on the inside, trying to lap him. Got that one wrong, but luckily no incident there. Managed to use the runoff to good effect.
10
And
drivers.
we-
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking, could we potentially change the view? Because it looks like RDJ's coming onto the back of Motoring Morgan.
No, that is ALTL who's currently on the back of
Oh, it is
Felgast.
ASL, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Apologies.
No worries, mate.
ASL.
But he's in a moment trying to get ahead of Felgast. Let's see if we can get a better view on that. In the meantime, we're looking.
We've got a view from John Boy.
Yeah,
This
John
is
Boy,
gonna
who
be
is a
interesting
lap
move.
behind. This is going to be an interesting race, however. We'll see what's going to happen here.
John Boy might not be having the best race in the world, but he's got a front row seat at this battle in front. To tell you what, it's well, as long as he can keep up with them, which
he should be.
I
He
think
should be.
able to.
John Boy is one of the great racers here. He should be able to be in front of him, and be able to keep up. Obviously, Felgast is trying to escape from ALTL. ALTL not having any of it though, as he is down in 5th position and it tries to get up to 4th. He obviously wants to have.
Wrong. He's into the wall. ATL got that one wrong. Another mistake, clipping the big curb on the inside. That is, we've seen a lot of mistakes in this race of them clipping the big curb. Well, a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of people trying to make mistakes, but the thing is, ALTL still is ahead of him. Not ahead of him, but he's still trying to keep up. He's still under a second, is what I was trying to say. It will be interesting because ALTL is still gaining a lot of time on him. We see only 8/10 remaining, but that often goes down back to 7/10. It will be interesting to see what will happen between those two, as we're looking at on here in this race. Is he going to break late? It looks like he might.
ATL has broken late. He's only just made the corner there. He's experiencing quite a bit of understeer with that car. Unfortunately, but he is catching onto the back of Felgast. It's down to half of a second now.
Yeah,
I think
ALTL.
there could be. We might want to stay with these because I think there's going to be a move in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'll call it for in a couple of seconds, Deck, because as we can see here, Felgast is still trying to survive, trying to hold on. Obviously, this is also called for a worry for RDJ. We're seeing here as well, here at Motoring Morgan, who's obviously a little bit too far ahead. Yeah, we're seeing here RDJ, and that is Felgast, obviously, who's still trying to survive from ALTL. ALTL trying to make a, ALTL trying to make a move on Felgast. But is it going to work? I guess only time will tell. Felgast obviously trying to survive 2/10 away. Are they going to be too wide onto that straight? We'll see.
ATL's in the slipstream. I think there will be. Getting right close to the back of that green Ginetta. And is he going to make a move
Pull
out?
to the right hand side here, but it looks like he's a little bit too far to go for a move. Is he going to go for it? No, he thinks better of that one. Just
No, I think Felgast just outbroke.
Massively overshot that chicane, and now he's going to surely find himself vulnerable on the exit. He should have a slowdown penalty from the race director for that one. But ATL is now right on his bumper, and you can see there just holding it on the racing line and not giving ATL anywhere to go. He had no option but to stick behind him and stay on his bumper. Felgast very clean but wise driving there, just parking his car in all the right places and maintaining position for now. But Peanut is on the warpath here with 5 laps left to go, and I'm sure he'll be wanting to, or I'm sure he'll be eyeing up a podium. We've got Rob just a couple of seconds up the road ahead of them, so there's not really much separating the gap between 2nd and 5th here. Just 5 seconds or 4 seconds separating Motoring Morgan, RDJ, Felgast, and ATL as we come over the line to complete lap 15. Not much time left in this race now. If these guys want to do something, they've got to do it now.
So yeah, ALTL looking at what he can do, 3/10 away from Felgast. Obviously, Felgast had a slowdown I don't know if he followed it or if he didn't. But anyway, he is 3.5 tenths away. Obviously, that late braking made him have a little bit of an advantage. But is it going to work? Obviously, Falgas trying to defend through the inside. And that is ALTEL who's going through the outside. Is it going to be anything? Is it going to be anything interesting? We'll see. Is it going to be a nice move? Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. ALTEL's got it. And Falgas now. Oh, Falgas there with the.
Oh. He just lost it again. It's the exact same mistake that all these guys are making, touching too much curb, and it's just spinning these cars around. That is a real shame for Falgas, but the amount of incidents that have happened in this race already with people touching too much curb, I think they would have all learnt the lesson, but it doesn't seem like that so far. But it's an absolute shame for Falgas because that was a really good battle going on. Shame to see him spin out.
Yeah, let's look at that back onto the replay. The crazy thing is we had that crash just on board with Falgas, who after losing that position, obviously he became a little bit desperate, and that's him crashing against the wall. Very unfortunate to see what's happening over there. As we go back live here for ALTEL, let's see what will happen here. Is he going to make a move in front of RDJ? He made already a move in front of Falgas, who kind of made a mistake. Very unfortunate to see that happen. But yeah, we want to obviously see what's going to happen here with RDJ. Is he going to be able to defend for that last podium position?
Essentially, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. I think ISL, he's running out of laps, let's put it that way. He's got 4 laps in this, 3.5 laps left in this race to try and make a move. I mean, there's traffic coming ahead of RDJ here, which might potentially help his cause a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Nope, the traffic gets straight out of the way of the cars, so... Motor and Morgan got slowed up a little bit, but the traffic... I'm not sure who that is, actually. I think it's DJ, I think, getting out of the way, but Motor and Morgan still pulling away from the field. I think we've got a battle for 6th and 7th with Aussie Albi and... who else is it behind him? Yes, we have. Aussie Albi's chasing down
Falgas still, but it is still but it is still a little bit. I mean, it's still 1 second away. He's not really chasing him by a lot, but he's going onto the wall. He's going onto the wall, of course, and he has the best lap delta. As we follow back into who are we following back into? Yeah, Aussie Albi, obviously trying to battle into Falgas. We will see what's going to happen. Less than a second remains. Is he going to do anything on the straight? Obviously, a lot of people are already making memes onto our Discord channel. If you want to join that, make sure that you join that on the About section on our YouTube page and onto the description in our Twitch page. But yeah, Aussie Albi trying to make a move. Only 5 tenths remaining. Is it going to be good? He's not going to do it in this lap, at least not in these corners.
Aussie Albi's a 10th up on his previous lap.
Sorry, yeah, but he's going very slow. Sorry to interrupt you there, Deck, but he is going very, very slow. Only 1/10 separating them now. Aussie Albi going through the inside. Is there going... I think that is Falgas who's going quite slow. And there was a little bit of a bump over there, but
he hasn't given up the move yet. The side-by-side going down the straight. Now he's given up the move, but now he's going to have the slipstream of Aussie Albi to potentially... give him a little bit of a pull along with losing the front of that car and potentially get back past him.
3 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. As we see here, Ollie should be in lap 19. I don't know why we are seeing them here in lap 18. We are already on lap 19. 3 laps remaining. Ollie with a very easy race for him. 11 or even or 10 seconds being behind, being in front of Motoring Morgan, who is struggling a little bit with a back marker. In the meantime, RDJ is still trying to hold on from ALTEL. Is it going to make a move? No, he is. I mean, it's still quite far, a little bit more than a second.
In the last couple of laps, Motoring Morgan has actually responded to the pressure from RDJ and ALTEL, and he's put in some lap times that are actually a couple of seconds quicker than the guys behind him. So Motoring Morgan looks pretty safe in this second position here. It's pretty much down to RDJ and ALTEL final podium spot. And for the
There's-
time being, it looks like RDJ's doing enough. Every time
So-
Airtel gets close to him, that turbulent air from RDJ's car starts to affect him, and Airtel just can't go with him. For some
Sorry.
reason, Airtel seems to have a bit of a understeery car, and every time he's dropping up. Sorry, Seb, you seem desperate.
Yeah,
go
sorry,
on.
Fel and Aussie LB having a big battle. That's all I just want to tell you. They're going for it.
Ooh.
Sorry, yeah, continue, Andy. I'm very sorry.
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, here we go.
on the
Out the
other
corner. It looks like
side.
Falgas has got. Falgas is going to get very loose there, and LDLB takes a position up the inside. He's going to hold it into turn 1, or can Falgas fight back? Looks like he can't. Falgas must be having some kind of
Well,
deficiency
he's going to
with
have
the
a
front
fight
of that
back.
car.
He's on the inside of him. He's going to go up the hill.
Yeah,
He's
but
side by side. I think he's got the move done.
yeah, he does. Aussie LB now needs to try to make sure that he tries to outbrake and maybe try to defend or be offensive on the inside more. Like only 2 laps remaining. Let's see what will happen. Can Aussie make it stick? It will be difficult for him. Only 2 tenths remaining. We've seen different things. However, he's going through the outside. Falgast braking very late and going very wide with that. Incredible scenes here as we see Falgast now. Aussie LB kind of going around the whole place. Is he going to make a move? He is through the outside. Falgast is only 1/10 away. He is back, going to be too wide onto that straight. Absolutely mad scenes that we're seeing here.
And he's made the move up the inside.
Yeah, he just did. Incredible.
Good racing from these boys. Really going wheel
Falgas is going to sucker him out the last corner. He's going to get a lovely run, and you see there that Aussie LB getting a little bit wide, but about keeping it on within the track limits there on the exit of the corner. Great stuff there from these boys, keeping it clean, keeping it tidy, and that is how you race here at Motive Racing. In the meantime, we've got a hell of a battle here for the final podium spot. ATL now closed right on the back of RDJ once again, and we've seen this many times before, guys. In this race, these two have gone wheel to wheel, and every single time it usually ends up with RDJ putting that gap out to Airtel. Airtel has got one last opportunity to get on the podium here in this feature race. RDJ gets a little bit fast there.
No!
RDJ lost it. Unbelievable scenes. RDJ loses it on the final lap here of the feature race, and Airtel is gifted a podium spot. Disaster there. Feeling the pressure on the final lap there was wrong.
Yeah, let's see that once again on the replay action. We're looking here, we see
In the meantime,
ALTL.
our race leader, Ollie Marr, is coming out of the last corner to take the victory here at Watkins Glen in the feature race. He's led from most of the race and dominated it. Ollie Marr takes the victory. Motoring Morgan is going to come round in 2nd place. Ollie Marr's first win in Motive Racing, I believe. Motoring Morgan in 2nd. ATL is going to complete the podium after picking up that position on the last lap there ahead of RDJ. RDJ, a disaster there right at the end. It's going to come home in 4th.
Yeah.
Still some good points there for RDJ.
Good job, Artie.
Going back to RDJ's crash on the last lap, somebody spins it in the background. I'm not sure who that was, but it was a bit of a mare. It seems like it was the exact same mistake that people have been making, taking too much curb, and that's Malikoff in the background.
Oh no, goodness.
Losing it through the chicane there. Got it going again. Looks like he is on the lead. He'll be able to finish the race so he can get out of time.
Yeah,
Champ, John Boy and DJ Phil all lapped down, so they will not finish the race. That's their race done and dusted. But yeah, what a race there. Ollie Marr, we barely spoke about him during this whole stream, but that was because of how well he was driving. He was faultless in that feature race. Whether or not he made some setup changes or what happened, but our 17-year-old from the UK actually goes to boarding school for most of the year. He's back at home due to the coronavirus for the time being. Great to have him with us, and he's obviously getting a lot of practice in. He's fast enough as it is when he comes back sporadically over the course of the year, but when he gets some time behind the rig and some opportunity to practice, he really has brought his A game here this evening, taking a fantastic win. It's great to see him take his first win here at Motive in this. I can't congratulate him enough. Motoring Morgan, well done to him as well. He was always there or thereabouts, but just not quite close enough to take the win. ATL completes the podium.
Yeah, let's see what the standings are. Olimar is first. Second is Motoring Morgan. ALTL third. RDJ, who unfortunately lost it in the last lap, into fourth. Our Australian Aussie LB into fifth. Falgast, who congratulated and said, "Great race, boys." Here in the YouTube channel, we appreciate you coming always onto the YouTube, and sticking with us. Yeah, Falgast obviously into sixth. H2 Malik into 7th, Champ 8th, 9th is our boy John Boy. That, no pun intended. DJ Phil is in 10th, and that was it. That was the whole race. Absolutely incredible. Let's see if we can get them into an interview. If not, that'll be completely fine. But yeah, absolutely insane. Let's see if we can get Olimar and the rest as well into an interview. Andy, what an incredible race.
Absolutely fantastic. And the battle between Ayatel, DJ, and also Falguest and RDJ as well. These guys, they were chasing down Motu Morgan for a few laps. Motu Morgan just kept plugging away, and he was safe in that spot. No one could touch Ollie Marr in this feature race today. Can't be emphasised enough how well he just drove off into the distance. But also Ayatel there for never giving up. And so many times he was in that turbulent air behind RDJ and dropped back a number of occasions, but in the end kept at it and managed to pressure RDJ into a mistake on the final lap. Also well done to Ozzy Albi for taking that 5th position there late on ahead of Falguest. H2 Malik for sticking with it. Champ unfortunately didn't have as good of a feature race as he did in the sprint. John Boy, good to have him on the track, and DJ Phil likewise. And big thank you to all our drivers. Thank you to all our viewers on YouTube.
Thank you, Phil. Especially thank you,
Phil. Be sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button. Falguest as well, thank you. And be sure to join us on Discord if you want to get involved in our racing here at Motive Racing. We have GTEs, GT5s, and Clio. More leagues coming next season. It's well worth getting involved with, guys. You all know.
Yeah, it was.
I was going to ask you, Andy, who would you say your driver of the day is out of tier 1 and 2?
Oh, driver of the day has to be Ollie Marr, because he didn't put a foot wrong, did he?
No, he didn't. And obviously that shows. He shows that he.
You should have been careful what you said there, because I did win the tier 2.
Yeah, but you know that. Yeah, you know that's a whole different thing. In the meantime.
So we're just the poll results have come in from the tier 2 race, and the driver of the day was actually the only G.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Anyway, great stuff from all our drivers. Obviously, we wanna congratulate everybody and thank you guys for watching. And
I just want to say a big apology to everybody who had to sit around waiting, and we had some technical difficulties. We as a staff team here are committed to providing the best service to our viewers, to our drivers, to everybody involved. So we are sorry. It is regrettable what happened this evening. It will not happen again. We will make sure it doesn't happen again. Apologies for that, but Seb, sorry. Carry on with the sign off.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and like I always say, you know, stay at home and stay subscribed. And I'll thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next time.